I mean, I guess we'll do it now while we wait for him. It seems to make sense for the most part.
All
That's
right.
cool. What was the? It was the gallows jig.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna get all that content together with a gallows jig. But you guys like to? Wait, are we on yet?
Yeah, we're on.
Hi,
Hello,
internet.
internet.
Hi, everybody. Drink
Hello.
water.
Yes.
Right? That's a
Hydrate.
very important message this week.
Don't be like me.
That is not water, bear.
Oh, water bears are cute.
Is this water?
Is that beer or whiskey?
That's whiskey.
Jared, that
I
might have
smell
been
it.
water
Thought.
once.
Oh yeah, there's water in it. There's definitely water in it. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
a
called
liquid.
ice that melted.
No, I'm using whiskey stones.
I don't know what
Either
that means,
way,
but it sounds
Whiskey
painful.
stones, they are they're like cubes you freeze that you put in your whiskey. It's not like you have to pass it.
So what
It
makes that
freeze
different from?
still.
Freeze.
So it's like ice, but different.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, it's non-melting ice is basically what it is. It's a cube you stick in your freezer to get icy cold, and then you put it in your whiskey, so you don't have to worry about watering down your whiskey while you wait to drink it.
It takes forever to
Is that
cool
what
it
those
down,
are
though.
for? Because I
Yeah.
have some of those that don't like leave the cube.
Oh no,
Is that what they're for?
they're actual stones. They're like
yeah,
a,
the
a
stone.
Real
they're
stones.
a porous
Oh.
stone that you put in the freezer to cool down, and then it slowly cools down your whiskey. It's my whiskey's usually gone before they've had any effect though, so I don't really.
I
Yeah,
don't
which
drink
means you're drinking
whiskey
it too
because that
fast.
crap is disgusting.
Well, you're entitled to
I'm
your
gonna try
opinion.
some whiskey right
but
now.
you're
What's the name of this potion again?
I'd rather drink rum than whiskey.
Gallows
jig.
jig.
I don't see it.
It was
My life.
Oh my gosh.
What did it do? It if you
Squid.
if you would be reduced to 0, remain at 1.
yeah.
It's a pretty cool potion.
Oh, someone else beat me to
Hello.
it. There we go. We're missing our last person.
Hey.
Hi, sorry about that, guys.
Oh, it's fine.
It's okay. We still haven't recapped yet,
missed
so
it.
you came in just in time.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't have a camera on Oz.
Yeah, my internet's not happy today.
Okay,
This
cool.
is the best way.
Sounds good.
Excuse
Holy
me, sorry, guys.
shit.
Good
What was-
push.
I'm so sorry. That stuck out up on me.
What?
How did that sneak up on you?
I don't know.
Shit.
I belch like a man constantly, so like
I mean, hell, I feel better after that one. God.
like I said, they kind of
We
just
can
sneak
all
up.
relax now.
I think they're gonna be like calm and mellow, but no, they never are. I need to stop expecting like lady burps.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
What, lady burps? Yeah, they're adorable. They're just like
Is that what that is?
I have never heard any
I
woman
have
burp.
Oh,
never
yeah.
heard that before.
Once, when I was a very young child, my mom, for some reason, was making fun of my little sister and like called her like petite little lady farts. And for some reason, that stuck for like 7 years to my poor sister because
Aw.
because it was like said in the car full of like
dudes.
prepubescent boys who were just like thought it was the funniest fucking thing, and my poor little sister just couldn't like escape it when these guys were around. I felt
Oh
so
shit, the pickle.
Oh.
I forgot about that van.
bad.
It was like a bright
Chris,
green van.
Chris, are you okay? Because that sentence made no sense to me at all, and I think I've been following this conversation pretty well.
Yeah, it was a bright green minivan that his
That they
parents used to
called
have.
the pickle.
Yeah, we called it the pickle.
Yeah, you had to make a couple
Oh, yeah,
jumps
you
there that
knew
he
each
didn't.
other.
He didn't really. He didn't give you much
No,
contextual information.
No contextual information at all. All
Wait,
right,
so the jumping off point is when you described the car full of people, and he's like, "I know that car."
yeah, I remember that car. All right, so
Okay.
recap.
Yes. Does anyone remember what we did or what happened last week? I know a lot of it was store based, but there were other things that happened.
we had
you
a big
may or may not recall.
we had a big dinner and then didn't get out of town fast enough for the effects to do anything.
That was great.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tried to get
Weird.
everybody to dance.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I danced with the widow.
Oh.
There was a
there were dick
giant
dick
yeah,
fireworks.
There were dick fireworks and neon dicks on everyone's faces floating around at the party.
I
there-
told that story at my Friday night D&D session. Everyone thought it was great.
it was great.
Really, I was
Uh,
very happy for that.
lots of shopping.
I found a camel and named it Camel Anderson.
That's right. One of the horses pulling your cart is not a horse.
It's a camel, and we have a draft horse named Tommy Lee.
Yes.
Guys, they're such nerds. Love it. I love it.
I asked about Bojangle's spellbook, and they just want it because it holds a lot of powerful spells. The Harpers are looking for that. She met up with the
Yep. I went and met up with
the Sisterhood
a-
of the Traveling Pants.
basically. No, with the Hand of Yaratar, and that's where we left off because we hadn't regrouped to share our information yet. That we learned from the creepy hand people.
From the creepy hand people, the hand of your
Oh, the hands.
The hand is gonna touch you.
Creepy hand people do creepy hand stuff.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at all the creepy hand magic I have. Where do you think I learned it from?
Oh.
Did you
Sparkle.
theme that on purpose? Because if so, I'm very proud of you. If not, I also appreciate the reference
Ah.
now.
And now
I
we learn
mean,
about
I
Sparkle
didn't-
Bottom's history and the Bad Touch Gang.
Oh my
We can straight up retcon this.
Oh.
Who
It
can
was
stop?
kind of a
There.
happy coincidence that I just put 2 and 2 together on. Because when I chose my spells, I didn't realize all of them were originated with like, oh, it casts a hand.
Well, that's great. I appreciate that this is a kind of roundabout circumstance that we've just realized that you're a member of the hand. You have many hand-based spells, like Chill Touch and
Oh, and we also
Special
decided
Mage Hand.
that we're gonna go to Way
The
That Go
cave.
Cave.
Yeah. And choose. You guys kind of discussed which location what would be the most pressing thing. You even like investigated looking into, accompanying other miners in that direction, and then realizing that they were going to go look for their own mines. They might be upset if you hired to protect them and then went somewhere else.
Don't want us trying to snipe their prospects.
Right. So yeah, let's see. You guys had already been in town. You had come back. You discussed this. So you guys have talked to Darren. You've talked to Sildar. You guys kind of like touched base with them. You didn't really talk to the mayor. You talked to
Shark finally
mine-
got his
the miners
BD.
exchange.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Jerk having his big date.
Yep. Well, it wasn't much of a
Oh,
date.
yeah.
We talked business the whole time.
Well, that's on you, buddy.
Right? That's completely your own fault. You could have geared it towards another direction, but
Talk
you chose
business
not
the
to.
whole
Okay,
yeah, talk business the whole time and still can't close the deal.
I'm not gonna flirt with Jared,
Oh.
guys.
I mean, if that's how you look at it, you're
That's
never going
what
to
we're-
get anywhere.
I
That's what,
tried.
that's what we're here for.
Okay, well maybe next time I'll flirt with Jared.
Right, yeah. Oh, good. I'm super excited that you guys are now going to try to seduce every NPC.
Okay.
Just
Wait,
one.
we don't already
Right.
try to do that?
It's fair.
Oh wait, never mind. It's not catfish.
I feel like this is a very early preset to that episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, I don't know it, so I don't think I want
Yeah.
to.
I can think
Oh,
of 3 that this could lead from.
Striking Vipers.
Oh Jesus.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to watch this show and be horrified later.
You don't have to
Wait.
finish the show to start being horrified.
That's cool.
The
I'm
first episode
already
of
a
season
little-
1 is pretty heavy.
It is
You know, I think I've seen like the first 3 seasons, but
All right,
or
yeah.
not the
If
first
you
3
can,
seasons, the first 3 episodes. Sorry.
if you can get through that first episode with the pig, then it's easy going from there. That was the roughest thing I've ever seen on TV.
oh, you felt bad for
So,
that whole guy.
Yeah,
That
could you
whole
bring us to the
time,
Sword Coast map?
Yeah, sure. No, I appreciate you directing this conversation towards the game that we're playing. Yep, no problem. Here's the Sword Coast.
All right, so we've got to head down to.
So, if we were saying that the events that happened with Sparkle Gem and her contacts with the Hand of Yartar at the Lion Shield Coster were late last evening, then you guys would wake up this morning at the early part of this day and be generally like prepping to go. You've done all your shopping the night before or the day before. You know, just had conversations with people around town, but you are still in Phandalin.
Yes. I'm just glad that I don't have to pull the cart anymore.
Unless you really want to.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
we could
okay.
always make it move faster with you pulling it.
No, I'm okay.
I'm sure Camel
1
is going
hour
to
at
need
a
a break every once in a while. It's 2 hours.
Camilla.
Camilla was built for this. Maybe
believe
she's
in
born
Camilla.
with it. Maybe it's Cameline.
How do I mute Taliesin?
You can right-click any portion in the call to change volume. I've had to do this several times this month with very quiet people or when someone changes to a worse mic.
And then it's suddenly like insanely loud.
Or just me because
Oh,
I
yeah.
exist.
Oh my god, my cat.
This guy
I'm really
again.
just angry that I didn't think of it first.
You want in, or are you just being a brat?
Like, if you
Alright.
mute the whole call, we can see it, but there is a workaround.
Come here.
All
Come
right.
here.
Yeah, so it looks like you guys got a line out, kind of drawn a path to go around the foothills and follow this path up towards to where Wave Echo Cave is
Yes.
in the mountains. You have like a general idea of how to get there. Looking at our map and knowing that these hexes are 5 miles apiece. What do we determine by cart? How fast are you traveling? I keep forgetting travel pace.
The slowest
world travel pace
pace
is the worst.
between the horse and the camel was, I believe, 40 feet per round. So I could go double check. I just need to grab my PHP quick.
So, like, is that faster? Or if the slower one is the horse, then we can just use the regular cart speed. But if the slower one is the camel, then we can just modify.
The camel
I-
was the quicker one. I do remember that.
Because
So we
your
can just
horse
use the
is
same
a
cart
draft
speed.
horse.
Yeah, it's a draft horse.
Camel moves 50 feet.
Yeah, and the draft horse, I believe, moved 40?
Huh.
So according to my
speed,
table
40 feet.
here, on a cart, you guys are going to get about 18 miles in a day, a full day's travel.
Which is about, based upon the map, how far it is.
Yeah, slow because you're traveling at cart speed.
Well, that was only 15 feet.
Well, right,
Yeah.
but we also have to
Yeah,
go
look at that.
around. So if we go like this,
Well,
and
now
then
I'm
like
wondering if I
that,
can change the.
I mean, it still says 15.
I
so-
have I changed my system to no snapping.
Oh, wait.
4
5 miles?
Well, if it's,
miles.
that right?
there.
it depends on if you've gridded it correctly.
Well,
To
one
the
hex
grid.
is 5 miles, so they are roughly correct. Yes. So if one hex is 5, yeah. So roughly.
So yeah, that would be about 4 or 5 there. And then again, yeah.
Days travel. I guess to remember, this is like what is essentially February. It has been snowy-ish weather, kind of dusting the areas that would be like the grassy fields here. As the elevation increases up into the hills areas, you're going to see more snow. And then obviously, as you get up in the actual mountains, it's going to be more winter as elevation increases. So yeah, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. It's about a day's travel, day and a half's travel.
Not bad.
Yeah, we
Not
might
too far.
we might have been doing cart time based on foot time in the past. That'd be a mistake. So this is good.
You know,
Cart travel time's pretty quick here.
I have nothing to base this on, but I was thinking that the hexes were more
Then 5
we're-
miles.
than 5 miles at one point. I could totally be wrong.
Yeah. No. I feel like something's off about that. Versus
Well, no, because it's always been about 5 miles. It's just before we were going off of like mainly foot speed because of the simple fact our carts keep getting destroyed.
well,
That could be it.
What
Like
was
we've
that?
spent.
well,
I don't
That was my
know.
phone. I gotta turn off my.
Who just had an objection?
I did.
or achieved an objective. Ding.
I forgot to turn my phone on to silent. That's all it is.
Vehicles. Let me check this out really fast. I feel like we did some math originally. And that would have meant it. If this was 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so we're going to call it a day plus in order to travel that far. You camp at least once during this time period. And then you'll be at the foothills looking for the actual mine. So you're going to have to be like searching around in there too. So it's going to take some time to find it once you arrive in the area. Though you have a map, it is not GPS coordinates, right? You're not going to be like, you're 600 feet from the Wave Echo Cave. Continue heading south.
Put it right directly between, GPS and like scratched into cart.
Yeah,
Right there in the middle.
it's a perfect balance, really.
Yeah.
As everything should be. Or as everything in this game is, because that's what I'm deciding it's balanced. But yeah, so like a day plus travel. The second day, you're probably going to be spending some time finding the actual entrance to Wave Echo Cave. Again, this has been lost for some time.
Can we like say that like Godwald's owl is like helping us look from above?
Yeah, sure, but you have a general idea of, before you're leaving town, how long it takes to get there. You worry about it when you're closer, I guess.
Yeah.
I can warg and figure out what a hole looks like from a long way away. Are we looking for a hole in the ground or looking for a place where there's a lot of carts parked because this is not just one person's claim anymore?
I thought the other people were going to a different mine or something. I don't know.
People in like miners and adventurers are coming to town to look for either caves or mines of their own in the Sword Mountains. Now that they've heard that the lost mine has been found, they're kind of just generally searching the area. And then also and I think you guys heard that some people might be looking for like another entrance. So they might be trying to find the cave and then find another way in.
So the only people at the cave that are supposed to be there are Gundren and his brothers, and whoever they hired.
Yeah. Yep. What you found out from Halia at the Miners' Exchange was that Gundren had been coming back, but he had not come back with any of the people that he had left with.
Is Halia's last name Al Ghul?
It's Thornton.
Dang it.
You said that last year.
He also has been coming back with small trinkets instead of anything of import or significance.
I bet he's taking them to a nice vacation destination with low prices,
Aw.
and they can be homeowners in a nice tropical area.
That seems likely.
Yeah,
You guys should just turn around and go back home.
I think
Yes.
he's doing the
Everybody-
most good.
Everybody go your separate ways. No more adventuring to be done here.
Campaign,
we're all
Everything's
done.
fine, I'm sure.
campaign over.
That was a fun campaign, you guys. I
Yeah,
really
hey,
enjoyed it.
thanks.
Yeah. All right,
That was
well,
good.
Problem
exists.
just solved itself.
World
We just-
exists. You guys don't care about it, so it's fine. Anyone want to become a seamstress? We know one. There's also some woodworkers and other people in town.
I was thinking about becoming a blacksmith.
I don't believe there is a blacksmith in Phandalin.
Oh,
At least not when you. There was not when you guys left. And you do not know if there is one currently. I do, but you don't.
oh. Well, now we have a new mystery to solve.
But yeah. So I mean, like I said, it's the morning of the last few days of the third week in this second month of the year. Starting to warm up, but there's still occasional ice and snow. Like I said, it's been snowing and dusting the land a bit each morning. What are you guys doing? Where are you going?
I'm just gonna be leading the cart towards Wave Echo Cave.
All right, you guys are all
Um,
geared up. You start heading out that direction. Is that right?
Yeah.
Think so, yeah. Along
Yeah.
the travels, discussing everything I learned from the hand. Which, if you guys need me to recap any of that, I easily can.
Can you just ship me your notes this time, please? Because there's so much.
right. Yeah, I could totally do that if that's
Right.
easier for you.
Are you typing them up? Can you paste them into the game
Yeah,
chat?
I've been working on typing them up
Yeah, like
since
you
I
like-
logged in, because
you like
look,
upload a
now
notepad.
it's yeah. I gotta remember which order they're in though. Oops, because I'm great when I'm half awake.
All right. So you guys, you get your cart together with your horse and camel drawn carriage, and you set out to the south, avoiding the foothills in order to make your travels a bit easier. It's a pretty standard late winter day. Everything is
I'm gonna mute
everything has
myself
got
so you
that
don't tap.
light dusting snow on the grass. The tops of the trees seem to hold some of that color, or hold to no color, while the underside seems to be mostly trees that are not, all the leaves have fallen off. Winter's been around for a while. I don't really see any budding yet. You're not really seeing the signs of spring here. As you continue south along the path, you guys traveling at a regular pace, just going along, and you go fast. Taliesin, you're leading this cart.
I would say that we're probably just kind of going on at a medium pace. We're not
Just a standard normal
booking
pace.
it. I don't have
Or-
any reason for us to book it there.
Yeah. So
Probably 'cause they conserve energy.
but yeah, as you guys are traveling along, it's probably been after the first 4 rolls. So you guys have passed the high sun. Noon has passed. You're going on towards the evening. It's starting to be dusk, and as your cart is pulling along, you are starting to see a couple sets of footprints coming along what is essentially like an outcropping of trees. And as you kind of continue down towards this area, start heading west, you see that some of these things are following a similar path. And as you approach about here, you see, click that a couple more times. As you approach about here, what did I see? Yeah. The south end there, you see two figures in the distance. And as you're going along the cart, you have plenty of time to discuss all your plans and everything.
I guess I'll make a perception check because I'm up front.
Okay.
That's a 19.
All right. From your distance, you can see the outline of two figures. They're definitely dressed for the weather. They're wearing large skins over their clothes. You're approaching them from the back. They have it really like. They don't seem to have noticed you as you're kind of coming along. One smaller, one larger, but you guys are kind of like pulling up behind them by a couple 100 feet as you sort of not quite following their tracks, but it does seem like a good path in the direction that you're heading. You guys have kind of been sharing a direction on the trail. Your cart is rolling up towards them.
Can we see what?
Let's see. Can I guess maybe
Two figures, no cart. No, they're not dragging anything. They, like I said, they're wearing large furs over it, but it seems like your perception roll is pretty high. Like their satchels and bags might be underneath them, protecting them from the snow and the weather.
Can I roll like insight to see if I can maybe figure out like, I guess because I can glean clues from like body language and speech changes and mannerism. So maybe if I can like tell if they're like friendly-ish or if they're like maybe doing something.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and roll it, you can kind of gleaning from some of the body language.
That's a 19.
They seem to be traveling in the direction that they're heading, and not really like changing pace or doing anything as you guys approach. And I suppose as you continue to approach, though, one of the adventurers or people out in the hills, traveling around, does turn to see you. Taliesin, you see a man with a clipped beard kind of turn, make his back. He's noticed that your guy's cart is there. And he kind of gestures towards the person next to him, and they kind of like take a step off to the side and start walking a little more off this pathed area and a little more into the woods. And just kind of walking, not running, not changing anything, but they've noticed you and
Kind of getting out of the
gesture
way,
and
not
kind of getting out
hiding
of the
in
way.
the woods. Okay.
They're walking off into a more wooded area. This isn't really like a huge forest, but there are like trees and things where your cart isn't going to be able to sort of travel in that direction. Taliesin, since you're leading the cart and you've been kind of heading here, why don't you roll me a survival check to see how well we're staying to the map and the area that you know, how well you've looked at the stars the night before, placed yourself with the sun.
That's 15.
Yeah, so you're fairly confident too that you are heading in the direction where Wave Echo Cave is marked on your map. You've got the ways to go, and but you're confident that you're heading the right way. But yeah, as your guys' cart approaches, they just kind of walk a little farther off the beta path. They almost seem to have changed direction to go up towards the north as you're heading towards the east.
Weird. Okay.
I kind of feel like we
Does anybody
should
want to say anything to him?
Yeah, I'll just kind of loudly go, "Hail and well met, travelers," as a joke because I'm not that proper. But
Hail and well met, travelers.
yep,
You're doing it ironically.
yes.
Okay.
And how
Uh,
disguised are you?
I've got my hood
As-
up.
As you reach out and you kind of shout towards them as you guys are sort of, passing as what seemed to be on the path that they've kind of changed and made it more perpendicular from where your angle. And you just hear a male voice shout back, "Hail yourself!"
Well, that was rude.
My goodness, that was uncalled for.
Damn, son.
Hail and well met. Hail yourself.
Hmm.
And then they kind of continue walking. At this point, you guys can either stop your cart or continue on down the path you're going.
We'll continue on down. Well, I say we continue on down the path.
I
Just
agree.
ignore
Me and
these
Tal's
assholes.
Gonna keep going.
We're the bigger men.
Well, we're definitely the bigger group so far.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Oh, here they are. All right. All right. Yeah. You guys continue on the path pretty much.
Yeah,
Otherwise
Good thing we'll never see
uninverted.
those jerks again.
Yeah. You haven't really seen anyone else as you're traveling in this direction. There are no more footprints or anything heading this way. But you guys do start to get a sense that you're getting pretty close. But the sun is setting a couple hours later, reaching about here. And you know that you're going to need to camp and then maybe start spending the next day searching for the actual cave itself. Let me find my fucking pen. I
So
can write down
mark
notes.
off a ration each is what I'm hearing.
That is true. But I double checked. I know you guys all have, except for one person, you all have about 10 rations. One
I-
of you has more, and one of you has no rations.
I have a bunch on a cart.
Yeah, which I have all that noted down. I have a bunch of rations, but that's because I'm a hungry little crap who doesn't want to die.
So which one of you guys is skimping on the rations?
If you guys do that, it's you, jerk. I was gonna say if you guys do that.
Wait, how's
where
that?
you're-
No,
you're-
because I bought 10 when we were in town.
And then
If
he
you
put
guys
7 on the
do that,
cart.
if you guys do that, where you're buying a thing that's in your inventory, but then you're putting it on the cart, remember, don't remove it from the
Just
inventory.
zero out the way.
Set the total to 0 so that we know that there's something there. Because when I went through your guys' inventories, I only know generally what you have from your character sheets. I don't have this sheet that CJ's keeping track of, but maybe
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
make a
going
sheet
to
where we
start
share
a
it, CJ.
D&D. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of starting like a character that's called Cardi McCartface.
It's not a bad idea.
And then just having everybody have access to it and dumping in what they want on the cart, that type of thing. Because I know we have like 1,000 weight limit on the cart.
Yeah. Well, we might do that with actually.
I was gonna say I've got an idea too that I'll send here in just a moment.
Let's see if it works. Might not be a bad idea. We could share a sheet where it just has the cart's inventory.
Well,
general,
right.
and
I
if you
mean,
have two-
couple different ideas like that. Because, like, I have it all written in a notebook, which, like, I could sit here all day and go, hey, guys, here, it's updated, blah, blah, blah. But good luck reading it.
Yeah. It's really funny, too, because when I put a cart into one of your inventories, it adds the
400 pounds.
Yeah, the 200 pounds for the cart into your inventory,
Yeah.
which is
That's
ridiculous.
counterintuitive.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the exact
yeah,
opposite of
this-
what you think it would be. Or like you would have it as an inventory sheet where you would go and go like, oh, okay.
I must
these
have
things are on it.
I must have accidentally deleted my rations because I had 10 that I put on the cart and 7 that I had on my person.
Was that what it is? I couldn't remember if you put 7 on the cart and kept 10 on your person. Yeah, no, you kept 10, and I have 7 emergency rations on the cart.
Okay, so
So your
now
numbers
don't-
are
Yeah, so
swapped.
just don't remove it from your inventory. 'cause
The only problem
removing it
with
will just
that-
pull it straight from the list, and you won't have anything.
The only problem with that is with rations, you can't do half weight. Like, you can't do, 0.5 weight. It's either 1 pound or 0 pounds with ration.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
And
that
you
makes.
can't- Yeah, so, like, you'll still have the weight of your 10 rations on you, which would be 20 pounds worth of food.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you try and change the weight down to, like, whatever you're, like, if you go to weight override and try to change it,
Yeah, just do the amount
yeah.
0. Tell CJ how much you're putting on the cart, so that way there's a sheet with it, and then we'll get together, or at least like communicate online about going and changing this up. Also, CJ, I literally did this where I put the cart on your inventory. It has
The cart or the wagon?
marked you as over carrying capacity, like a cart, right?
No, because we bought a wagon.
The wagon's 400. Yeah, I know, but I put a cart
Okay.
on
Yeah.
just to like see if how it was going to do, if it was going to make you literally carry the cart or not. It added it on, but it didn't actually put the item in your list, and now I can't remove it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this.
Are you serious? Give me
I
a
am
second.
serious.
Because I'm
It's
sitting at,
really
like,
weird. Can you see it in anywhere?
over carrying capacity at 121
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
And the wagon
I don't
is
know how
not
that happened. Shit.
listed. Is it under other possessions, attunement, inventory?
Cart though, not even a wagon. I just did cart for the 200-pound one, just to see how it would
Yeah.
do.
no,
Anyways,
you
anyways.
completely broke
You
my
guys
character
approach.
sheet. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll fix it later. So basically, as you guys are approaching, you're coming up the hills. You have to camp for the evening, or you can press on into the night and continue looking for the cavern in the evening. But this is kind of where you're at.
What do you guys think? Do we take shifts driving or do we want to camp out?
I mean, yeah. Jared, if you noted, I just went to my other possessions and typed up the wagon and the ram, since I don't actually carry those, and they are kind of like they're free floating things.
Makes sense.
Does
We'll
anybody
worry about. We'll fix
So-
it later.
does anybody else feel like they can drive the wagon?
No. I'm bad
I've
with
got-
I
aminals.
mean,
I'm willing
got
to
a plus.
try.
I've got a +3, so I should be okay.
Okay.
I straight roll it, but who's to say the dice aren't on my side?
So I'll.
It might be.
I mean, do we want to take shifts riding or driving, or do we
I
want?
mean, we might as
camp?
well drive through the night, because if we drive through the night, we could finish off this extra, like, 4 miles in no time, and then everybody else could
Oh.
just be sleeping in the back of the cart.
Sounds good to me. I can take over.
So I'll be right back though in just a second.
Okay, so you guys are going to continue pushing the cart forward at night.
Yes.
You know what? I might have good handling, but I don't have good vision now that I think about it.
Oh. Maybe we should camp. I mean, are we in a super duper hurry?
Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. I hear some people upstairs.
I don't think so. I mean, we don't have it. We don't have any current reason to think that we're in like a big hurry. We can totally camp.
Okay, well let's just
Are
camp
you,
it.
I can drive.
Are you being home invaded, Jared?
Okay, how's this sound? Let's take a party.
I'm really
vote.
not sure.
Who
I
wants
want to go
to
look
go?
at
Go
and
check.
just check and be right back down. See what's going on up there. I'll be right back.
If he doesn't come back down shortly, call the police.
What's going on?
Jared,
Jared thinks he hears people upstairs.
He has a roommate.
Setting a timer.
But we could easily do a vote and see how many are for camping and how many want to keep going. Party, like, majority is what we do.
The
That is true.
Because we have 5 people, so it's not like we can have a tie.
Okay, prove you're the real Jared.
I have not been kidnapped. I'm definitely totally human and non-robotic.
That's just what a robot would say.
No, it's not.
Aliens and the government had nothing to do with my rumored disappearance. It's all false. Fake news. I'm real.
I believe him. I've known Jared for a long time, and that's exactly how he acts. You did a
I
good
wish
job,
that was
robot.
real.
I would say
Thank
prove
you.
it by lifting a screw up with your finger, but like, you can't do that anymore.
That's
A-
the thing robots
a
could do. I'm a
robot
human being, and
could.
I don't have any of that ability. So
Quick, somebody perform the test from Blade Runner.
Why aren't you helping the turtle, Jared?
I vote we go through the night.
So, so it's just Anita upstairs, and she's talking on her phone, like speakerphone, and I'm not used to that kind of sound upstairs, so it really threw me off. I was just like, "What is going on?"
Okay, so if someone else can travel through the night, I'm down for it. But Bear can't see.
I could
I have-
stay up with Pew Bear, and that's not a problem. Keeping a torch lit,
I think
up ahead using the mage hand.
I have a shoulder owl.
That works.
yeah,
I'll go
that,
through the night then.
Okay,
Or even just riding
so
ahead with my ram with a torch, like being carried. That's not a problem.
so like I said, the sun is setting. Yeah, it's coming to this point where you guys can either like set up camp, build a fire, throw up all your stuff, or you kind of continue on and then sort of push on for a few more hours late into the evening and looking for the cave. If that sounds like what you're going to do, remember people who are leading the cart aren't going to be sleeping, and other people who are sleeping obviously can't do any kind of perception or looking around for the cave. And then obviously anyone who's, yeah. So, and then anyone who doesn't sleep doesn't give them the benefits of resting as well. But I mean, this is what we're doing. We're moving forward. Who's doing what?
Talson's gonna go to sleep for 6 hours.
I'm a sleepy boy.
Pew Bear's gonna grit his teeth and keep going.
I'm gonna navigate while Premier drives.
I would say I'll ride ahead on the ram and keep a torch lit so the humans can see.
I have an owl.
Okay, but you're not the one steering.
I was
By
gonna
the
use
time
first.
Actually,
And
this
by the
probably is the
time-
best instance of you being able to use the owl because you can't move or see or anything through your own eyes and body. It's probably
I
your
was-
best instance. Yeah.
I mean, he drives, and I just keep saying things like that. You know those drivers and instructors that are really annoying?
Oh,
I don't remember driver's ed because I'm super old.
That's a positive here.
basically.
Well,
10 and 2.
Okay.
10 and 2
So
on the
the
range.
three of us together keep driving.
Talson's sleeping.
Well,
The
I'll
gnome is,
say,
gnome is staying awake.
I was going to say, if Oz and Hubert, if Oz has insisted on staying awake with the owl to navigate, I'm taking a nap then. Because the only reason I was going to stay awake was to lead ahead with the torch on my ram, so that way Hubert could see.
Okay. So I got a sleepy half elf and gnome. I have two studious humans. Well, what's my
I'm sleeping.
devil man doing?
Devil man's sleeping too.
Sleeping. Okay.
Gotta be a
So
top,
at the
tip-top shape.
with the three of them, then I guess Hubert, are you proficient in animal handling?
I am.
Okay. And I mean, man, it's been a while since you've led a cart. It's gonna be a quick survival check. And Godwald, give me a survival check too for looking to navigate the area using your familiar's eyes up in the sky versus your knowledge of the map.
So my total is 16.
It's pretty good. You slide right back into the driver's seat like you riding a horse again, but a cart. Damn, Godwald.
A horse cart.
All right, and let's see. I'm assuming with his proficient animal handling, he's able to generally keep the cart at a decent pace and speed, so as to not like disturb the three sleepers. Godwald staying awake and navigating, and then kind of like flip back between speaking and looking through your familiar's eyes. You actually do a really great job navigating around in the area, and with your map and what you've seen, as night falls, probably another 5 miles. It's probably about midnight. You come to an area where you believe you have see a cave entrance off in the distance. What's his name? Gabe. Gabe's able to see this off in the distance, and you're able to report that back to Pubert. So it's been about, what did I say? It was like, it's been about 5 hours. Yeah, it's been about 5 hours, and you believe you have successfully found a cave entrance roughly in the area of what you believe to be where Waveku Cave is.
We're there.
So after
Oh.
6 hours, will Taliesin like just spontaneously wake up, or
Spontaneously combust.
Is that how they wake up? They
The
just
second
pop?
thing, definitely the second thing. He
Yes.
explodes when he comes
And then
back. I'm sure there's a
yeah.
race where that actually happens, right? You
It's
just
like a
explode
phoenix.
every morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the phoenix.
It's a half phoenix, like I'm a half elf.
Exactly.
I-
Yeah.
we're all half a phoenix. We all die, and only some of us burn into a new person.
I mean, I guess what if you were like a
My great grandmother was a fire
Kokra?
elemental.
can you be like an Akokra and say that you're like half
I-
The Kokra Phoenix, half a Kokra, half Phoenix.
I
yeah.
what like the spice or
No, the like bird race.
Yeah, the bird race. Would it be like half a Kokra and half some kind of Asimar? Like,
what like the music?
Maybe.
because you'd be like half a god creature. But
Yeah.
anyways, he's able to successfully find it. It's only been about 5 hours, so if you wake anyone up, they will have not gotten their full rest.
I say we set up camp outside before we go in.
Probably a good
We
idea.
stop.
Because it is still midnight, so
Yeah, that's
let
about
people get
midnight.
sleep and do shifts.
So what do you guys do? What are you two on the cart doing? You, like I said, not
there
the
a,
sleepy people. Sleepy people are asleep. Godwald and Pubert, you guys have
So there's
you're
this
handling the
cave.
cart just fine, following these directions. You see a cave that you feel is roughly in the area where this entrance should be.
Is there anything around it looking from the sky? Any sort of other carts, other facilities, tents,
what
other
about,
caves, even anything?
What about places to hide the cart, maybe?
Okay.
Also, like-
as you guys are starting to come up, you start to notice that you are approaching into the mountains, and it is getting much more difficult for the cart to navigate and move. Like ground has become much less level, though you are kind of struggling and sort of moving towards where that might be. With Gabe flying around and kind of investigating the area, what he might see like near the cave entrance itself has clearly been a location that is mined out. It has been cut into the side of the cave here. It's not a natural cave. But that great survival check. And you would see in the area that there are other like sections of rubble where it seems like the caverns may have collapsed. There has been landslides and things in the area, so there seems to be no evidence of any other entrance anywhere nearby, right where you are. But the trees have cleared out. They're really like not the kind of thing that survives well in this kind of land. The hills have given way to steeper and steeper cliffs, and you're finding it difficult to bring the cart up close to where you found that other location.
So this is a very flat area, and it
Steeper hills, and you're finding it harder and harder to find a flat place where you can bring the
so
cart.
this cave is in the side of a hill, and we're entering
Mountains.
this.
You're in the mountains now.
All right. And so, is there anything near the cave? Any evidence that someone else has been here first?
Nothing right outside the entrance of the cave. But I suppose it would look a bit like that. Whereas snow has fallen around it, there aren't any footprints, so you don't really see anybody. You don't see that anyone has recently come or gone. You'll be able to see that the mouth of the cave that has been kind of like carved out seems to be like there's not snow leading into it, so like the area inside is warmer than what's outside. So there's some evidence of the snow not quite sticking to the ground as much by the entrance to the cave. But you guys could probably only get the cart like up between the hills and everything else. You're a good 1,000 feet out roughly from the cart. That keen, I was going to say eagle eyes, those keen owl eyes, able to narrow down this location. You can even send him out farther to scout and come back to tell you a bit about it, but it's kind of what you see. Those just seem to be a hole in the side of the mountain there. And you don't see much else that could have been a hole in the side of the mountain nearby.
I'm sorry, what time of day is it? Is it still
It's
dark out?
midnight.
It's about midnight.
Okay.
And you, Sparkle Gem, and Jerk are sleeping.
Okay, well, I can't do anything anyways then.
I'm waiting to hear what the guys do.
I know this is gonna sound like an odd question. Can we get the cart? You know what? I'd like to go into the cave, just like the very entrance of it, and take a quick look around.
I want him to not do that.
Okay, so he kind of like he wants to go up to it. You were trying to bring the cart itself as close as you can
No,
get there.
no, not the cart. I'm gonna get out and walk to it to take a look inside.
Okay.
With my
Bear's kind of found like what seems to be the closest place that you can park this cart nearby. Again, there really haven't been a lot of trees up in this section of the woods, or at least they're not like nothing where it seems you're going to be hiding a cart behind a grove of trees or something. Up in the mountains here, there are still some. Bear parks the cart, reins the horses, gets out, starts walking towards. Doesn't sound like he's tied him up or anything. Godwald, your brother's walking away.
I'll be right back.
I'll bring I'll bring Gabe all the way down, and put Gabe on Puber's shoulder.
Okay. So kind of like watching out, see what happens to him.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can also cast Cure Wound. I can also cast heals and buffs through Gabe. So
Yeah, touch spells through him. How far can he be from you for part of this?
what was that? Because
So he might just like poof out of existence after a certain distance. Because like I said, you're about like 1,000 feet roughly from where you feel like you can get the cart any closer.
100 feet.
Oh, it's 100 feet. Ah,
So I mean, as you start like walking out, and Gabe kind of
I can give.
naturally realizes his distance and starts flapping up off his shoulder.
I don't know.
Hubert, as you approach the cave, and you've been walking for a little bit of time now. Good minute and a decent pace. Yeah, so like in about like 15 minutes, you're able to like navigate this difficult terrain to like reach the cave entrance. You can see the cave entrance, and it is pitch black down inside the cave. Seems to go in for a while, but you really can't tell much from where you are standing outside in midnight without any light.
Well, I'm not gonna risk it too much then. I will go ahead and. Ah, that's a dark cave. All right,
It's a dark cave.
we've confirmed that it is a cave, and it is in fact dark. I'll go ahead and head back to the cart.
All right.
Good
Pierre heads
fact-finding
back
mission.
to the cart. Oddwald, you guys have confirmed it is a cave.
And
Yes,
just
and-
like we expected, just like we thought.
It's just expected the way that a cave would be nearby.
When Pubert gets back to Gabe, I'm going to have Gabe chastise Pubert.
But you can give him like commands. So what does he do? Just like screech, owl
No, just, like-
screech at him?
I don't know, peck him on the head.
Oh, okay. That's
Like-
much quieter. Everyone
Just
else
so-
remains
just-
asleep.
Just some sort of like the thing from the cartoons. It's just obvious disdain.
It's not an attack roll. We don't need to roll
No,
to see if we do a point of damage.
I'm sorry, I missed that last section there. What's going on?
when you come back to Gabe and thus be able to be seen and heard by me, I'll have him poke you on the head. Is like, what do you think you were doing?
I just wanted to see if there was anything there.
And what did you find?
Well, I confirmed all of our suspicions.
You found Gundren and his brothers?
No, the cave is dark, so it's a very good place to hide them.
Can I? Like, he's back to me by now. Can I make it? Can I synchronize my own and Gabe's face palm? Can Owl's face palm? Someone help me out here.
Sure.
Yeah, they take their wing and they just
Wing.
go like this and hide in it. Like,
That's-
Dab.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
together.
adorable.
Because like when you want to show disdain, you do so in stereo. It's like, but he's always been like this. So,
Somebody, we gotta know. Gotta have
So-
that curiosity.
so how long did it take him to make this trek there and back?
It's like 15 minutes from where you got the cart, where you're able to see where the location was and where you're at now.
so nap time.
It's a pretty open area. Like I said, though, it's rocky. You guys are in the lower part of the mountains now, although it has long since been kind of a terrain that's kind of hard for you to move across with the cart, especially. That's about as far as it's going to go.
Okay. It's like, I suggest that we wait for the rest of the party.
Okay.
We have found you've confirmed that we have found a cave.
All right, I guess we'll wait. I guess.
Okay, so you guys just kind of hang out in the cart, the camel and the horses.
We would like to, yes. It's like break out a ration and wait until at least Tellison wakes up.
All right, you
Mhm.
guys. As I say, you guys chew on a little bit of your food and wait at what it was like 5, so about another hour, about 1:30. Taliesin raises from his half trance-like slumber, opens his eyes, and is now there with you.
Hello.
We have found a cave and its location matches the one on the map.
It's also very
Wow.
dark.
That's a good start. It's not that dark.
That's what I thought. Oh, that's a good start.
There's and so
Are there? I want to look around. Are there trees around?
this is hilly
There
country.
are. It's sparse. Like I said, you've moved out from the foothills up into the mountain, but there are trees here occasionally. A lot of
Can
it's
I-
just very rocky terrain covered in light snow.
Can I do like So how far away are we from the cave entrance?
The cart's about 1,000 feet.
Okay. Can I do like a survival check? I want to build a campfire, and also try to build like kind of like a makeshift like post or like shelter for the animals, like in the couple hours that I have before everyone wakes up.
Do you have like an axe or anything? Does anyone have like an axe or anything for chopping? on a
Nope.
tree?
No,
No.
but I can control nature.
Can you? Can you control a tree to like change
I
form
Bend
mean-
or
it
break
to
off
your
branches?
will.
Speaker of the Dead style?
Depending on my role, I will.
I was saying, can you like actually like carve a tunnel into a giant tree, and then we could just throw them inside a tree?
I was trying to see if I had any spells at this level that could do that. I mean, I have like mold earth, but that doesn't really do what I want it to do.
Speaking of
I
plants,
think mold earth only does a 5x5 square, which would not even be big enough for one animal, other than maybe the ram.
Well, yeah, but I've got a couple hours before you guys wake up, and it's a cantrip, so I could just like keep moving earth and making like a shelter.
Will he
So-
allow it?
That's
dirt
the
garage.
next
I don't-
question.
I'm picturing
I
Toph.
don't see your this cantrip. I'm missing it. I'm sorry. I was
Mold
gonna try and
earth?
read it. Yeah, and I'll see it on your list.
Oh, I don't have it prepared. I'm just saying I
Oh,
just
and you might
woke
be able
up.
to
You what?
use
So
it.
you like
Wait,
wake up
what?
and prepare mold earth.
You don't
Yeah,
prepare
every
can-
time I do a rest, I can like switch them out.
You don't switch out cantrips.
Pretty sure I can.
Druids are weird.
Druids are allowed to swap out pretty much everything, if I'm not
I think they
mistaken.
might be.
Switch that cantrip. Switch that cantrip.
Also, note though, when it says mold earth, any changes to the earth you make only last for 1 hour.
Well, yeah, that was
Oh.
kind of what I was. I was like, also like, yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
That's
just
why I was
looked
like,
at
oh,
this
I could
note,
make.
That's why.
I could at least make like.
You can
Uh,
definitely make the fire that you're talking about. You know, you can gather
Tinderbox.
gather some wood from the trees with the tinderbox, and your well, you don't even need a tinderbox. You could produce flame.
I can make fire come out of my hands.
So you could-
I was trying to see if there was anything I could do to like make at least like posts to tie the camel and the horse off. But I guess we could just like tie them off to a tree or something.
Yeah, or just a cart. I mean, there's not a lot around, but yeah, there's.
Jerks climbing
like-
stakes.
You can move it out a bit back, or like try and find the nearest by tree, roughly in that 1,000-foot area, and. you
Oh, I
guys will be
also
able
have to mark
tie
off
the horses up to
for
there.
all the animals.
Yeah, so I guess I'll try to find a spot to tie the animals down, and then I will build like a fire near them, and then I guess while I'm waiting for the rest of you guys to wake up, I'll just kind of like look around, see if I can find either anything to, because I know I have some stuff for potion of invisibility and healing potions, so see if I can find any of that, or if I can find anything to hunt that I could like cook while you guys are before you guys wake up.
All right, so pick me. I mean, so it's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
right? Like 1:30 a.m. roughly. You know, start. Which is it? You're gonna move the carts, tie up the horses, spend some time hunting, or you're gonna spend some time hunting for both food, for both animal and the plant pieces that you're looking for.
Well, yeah, I figured like if I'm out looking for animals and I see these like herbs that I need, I would just grab them if I roll like a good survival check or something.
Okay. Also, you guys are in pretty like a general like clearing area. You can see a lot coming your direction and vice versa. If anybody started approaching this part in the hills, they would see you. But those are like large sight lines. You know, this isn't that nobody's gonna sneak up out of the woods at you in this kind of area. You know, but vice versa, you're gonna see them coming for a while too. And if they start approaching the area, they might see you as well. So. Just as a heads up. But I guess if you're gonna hunt for those things, you tie up the animals successfully with Pew Bear. You guys are setting up camp with a fire, and they want to roll out the bed rolls and get some rest. I don't know if either of them are sleeping while you go hunt. So you guys can kind of decide how you're gonna roll that with the two of you. At about like 1:30ish, he goes off. Roll me a d4 because I want to see which of the four things you may or may not find. And after the d4, I want a d20 survival check.
Ooh, 4.
Okay.
And I did roll a 16 as a survival check before that. But do you want me to roll it again, or?
Is there anything that would give you advantage on this? Just
Mm.
you're not really your home territory or anything either. We can roll the 16. In that case, you are actually able to find another of some of the herbs that may go to the healing potions. So
Alright.
I think we're talking about you need 3 parts for a healing potion, and in your
Yeah.
inventory, add another 2. Just some more of the herbs that you found that go with those things. That's for your 4 on the D4. Found some of the things that you need for those potions. They grow in this area in the mountains. It's the kind of place you need to be to find this stuff. It's so perfect that you're here now.
How much would you say these material components weigh?
If
I don't think
nothing
I
else,
have them
just-
weighing much of anything on here because it's just a couple plants. It's like nondescript, but I did see an inventory. So if you just click up 2 more,
I know. By default, I think it was like weighing like 8 pounds per component, and I was like,
Oh,
I would say there are
Oh.
spare sacks on the cart. You can start stashing all those components in, so
I
they
just-
essentially weigh nothing for you.
I just edited it to where it doesn't really weigh anything because it's like it's a plant.
I see what you mean. The material components for the healing potions being 8 pounds. That would be
Yeah.
quite a bit. Yeah, if it was more like 2, maybe for like the amount that you need or something,
What?
might be
Yeah.
more.
Like I said,
Yeah.
there are sacks.
Leave it for the material components for the invisibility spell. It's just more things that you need to gather, and then it's a process of alchemy, like pulling them down and
Yeah.
reducing, making a liquid out of this, reducing it to these 2 parts of the chemical that they are, and all this sort of science that goes with it. But for the healing
Okay.
potion stuff, 2 pounds is probably good.
Okay. I changed it.
So it's probably about that took a few hours. So 1:30. I have my 2 hours on. It's like 3:30 in the morning now. Anybody who was sleeping on the cart has awoken. When Taliesin walked off, Godwald, Pubert, did you both stay awake, or what was the deal?
I think
Uh,
I stayed awake and he went to bed
I definitely would have passed out.
because he walked all over the cave and back, and I just sat there.
Okay.
So I would have waited till Taliesin got back.
Yeah, that half-hour walk really
or until
burned
we
it out of
woke
him.
up.
Whichever comes first.
All right. Well, so with Pubert resting at about 1:30, a couple hours later at 3:30, Jerk and Sparkle Gem wake up. Jerk, Sparkle Gem, you guys are on the cart.
Wow,
You wake up, it's
my
stopped. You're in the
circadian
mountains.
rhythms is all out of whack.
Hey guys,
Yeah, be seriously fucked up right now.
so
Everybody,
we found.
too, make sure that you've hit the long rest button on your character sheets to make sure that it resets your bonus HP, resets any of the charges on your staff and rings and whatever you got.
My items aren't based off of it. But mine's based off of the sun.
On the days. Well, I think
Yeah.
the long rest on the
Nope.
character sheet should work now.
Nope. For my pipes of haunting, it does. If I hit long rest, it doesn't recharge them. It's literally I have to wait till sunrise, or specifically at dawn every day. I regain 1d3 charges.
Well, even if that was 1, it's been several days
Oh,
since
yeah.
you
Oh,
left
I know.
the cave and came back. So you guys should have any of the refresh charges on there. If you do see any of those things that you have that take a charge, like the pipes, or I'm thinking of the staff of defense that have charges taken off, make sure to reset them because at this point, even if you've rolled 1s, I think They should all be
Oh
reset.
yeah.
Just do that. Reset your sheets. It's 3:30 in the morning. We got one sleepy paladin. Once Jerk and Sparkle Jam woke up, did you go to bed?
So hey guys, we found a cave and it matches the spot on the map. And I'm gonna go to sleep now because I am very tired.
All right, so we got two sleepy humans on a cart. Talison's walking back. He was unable to find any decent game here in the mountains, but he was able to find some of the components for some of the things he'd been looking for. And Jerk and Sparkle Gem, you just woke up.
Is it safe to assume that my ram is tied off, the camels are already tied off, the draft horse?
I thought you said giraffe.
Oh,
for a
that's
second
right.
there.
Your ram. What do you do with the ram when I forgot about the ram?
I
What
would
do you do
assume
with
I
the
tie
ram
it to the cart when
when you're
like-
trying to sleep on the cart? You're tying it to the cart and having it walk alongside it.
that's what I would assume I would do, so that way it doesn't
Okay.
just go wander its own way off.
I gotta remember this for the next time that you guys get into a cart chase of some kind. That there might there
Speaking
might
of,
be
I
a
still
ram
need the
tied to the
stat
back of it.
sheet for that ram.
Sparkle Gem,
Yes.
you're gonna write me some notes. And you're gonna direct message me because I couldn't find it for the fucking life of me on that random table where I pulled it out. The potion, ram stats, and cart character sheet that I'll basically just give you control of, and you can just add
Okay.
things onto the cart.
I will send you a DM with all that information right now on it.
All right, awesome. Yeah, just DM me on Discord. I'll keep things there. If there's other things like that too, we'll get through them too. And we're gonna hold in our minds very briefly for this session what that potion does.
Oh crap, I don't have it written down, but I remember when drank, instead of falling to 0, you fall to 1 HP.
Yeah, I think it affects for a few hours, so
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing where you could be like, oh shit, look, let's go.
right,
anyways.
exactly.
All right, two sleepy humans. We got a rested half elf, a rested gnome, and a rested tiefling hanging outside around a fire and one of the few trees that are around with the animals tied up to it. The snow has stopped. You notice that it's kind of comfortable but cold. Did anyone buy winter clothes? One person mentioned it last week.
Hubert and I
Really?
both bought winter blankets, but nobody else did.
I bought a blanket too.
Taliesin talked about
Oh,
buying
did
winter
you?
clothes
Yeah.
from Mama Piter Bottom.
I asked you to put it on the.
No, I'm wearing like bear armor,
Oh yeah, right. You're wearing hide
Yeah.
stuff. Then.
and I could just like turn into an animal. But I also built a fire, so
Yeah.
I think we should be okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of curious. Everybody.
We also had all those heavy scrap tapestries left that others could use as blankets if required.
Okay.
I'd like to claim I picked up changes of clothes from my home since I haven't grown since I've left, despite being gone for years. Everything would still fit.
Mama Piter Bottom had clothes for you. You and Hubert. Warm. Well, my boys have to wear warm clothes.
Gonna have to eat.
All right.
No, for a
And
place
then-
called
and then-
Neverwinter, there sure is a
then-
fucking lot of snow.
Winter is
But then,
coming.
but then I love that. Well, Neverwinter. It's not snowing there. It's right on the coast. It's fucking LA right there, where
Yeah.
you are in the mountains in winter. That light dusting has gotten a little heavier and colder. So I love this
Colder
idea
than
that Jerk and
Neverwinter
Sparkle
was.
Bottom
The
are like
sky is
wrapped
always
in
clear.
Pragma
here.
tapestries, while the rest of you have like warm clothes on. Okay.
No, I have my winter blanket wrapped around me.
Oh right, you bought a blanket.
Yeah.
Jerk, are you just rocking the tapestry still?
I'm rocking the tapestry still. I kind of made it into a little cape type thing, and I've got
That's right.
I've got a I bought a blanket
What?
too. I had
Yeah.
it on the cart.
All right.
If you bear
Great.
myself
So
in
everybody's got
charge,
their
all
bedrolls, their
storage
blankets.
I wish that I
Look
had like
happy, safe,
minor
and comfortable.
illusion. I
For
wish I had
what?
minor illusion so that I could like minor illusion my outfit to look like Russell Crowe's outfit from The Thing.
I mean, I could totally
then it
cast
doesn't
it
move.
on you.
It's just like floating.
Or I have
Yeah.
my hand of disguise that I could just like, let you borrow.
Does minor illusion stay stationary or is it?
Yes, it does. It stays
So-
completely stationary. So like,
So
And it
you
can't
you
move.
would move.
you'd walk
but
and
the
it would just
clothes
stay there.
float
There'd just
in
be a.
there.
That would look cool though.
For a brief
For,
moment.
while I'm not moving.
That's great.
Disguise self is the spell you're thinking of that you would want to be able to do that.
All right,
Yeah,
you
your
guys.
Your hat of disguise. It's 9 p.m. I know it's typically our
Break
take a
time.
break, put the kids to bed, have a cigarette, get a drink,
Switch out my
Whatever.
laundry.
switch out your laundry,
It's
clean up
our.
cat vomit,
I'll be
whatever you do.
Aha.
We can do that. I'll.
Wait, who cleans up cat vomit during the 9 o'clock break?
I mean, if my cats throw up, I do.
it needs to
Fair,
happen.
fair.
It's not
Here's
like I
the
throw up
thing.
every day.
All right.
Yeah?
Let's see. Silent image, paragraph 2. As the image changes location, you can alter its appearance so its movements appear natural for the image.
You're talking about silent image, but minor illusion.
So minor illusion won't do that,
Right.
but silent image will, and it lasts 10 minutes. And it's something that they may learn at some point. Because it's neat. It's like the thing I saw in a comic a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. One of my friends is complaining to me about how hard it is to find a jean jacket. I told her it's not my fault, it's no longer the 90s.
4 of us.
I am here.
Yeah.
I'm moving things. I kind of made a mess last night.
Move
Yeah.
those things. Move
I did
those
also
things.
tell that coworker though that I was so happy growing up as a teenager before everybody had a video camera in their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, did we dodge bullets with that one.
Yeah, well,
Right?
we used to go do some stuff in Columbus that could have gotten us in a lot of trouble.
Well, this was
Right?
also during the era when you could go to a grocery store and get some like pretty potent fireworks.
Right, that was before
Oh,
the
yeah.
firework ban.
I
so,
forgot about
like,
that.
Because I'm in that
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
boat.
We had fireworks and clove cigarettes and
Yeah, not clove
No-
cigars. Like,
no
ugh.
cell phones tattling on us for our misdemeanors. Oh, misdemeanors.
That was. Have you guys seen the latest season of Stranger Things?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't spoil anything because this kind of goes through all the seasons. But like, just watching that show makes me realize, the amount of freedom you had as a kid
Yeah.
growing
Speaking
up in
of,
that kind of age.
apparently a lot of anti-vaxxer parents are throwing a tantrum that in Stranger Things they chain smoke cigarettes. And it's encouraging kids to smoke cigarettes. And it's like, dude, it takes place in the 80s and 90s where you were allowed to smoke cigarettes in grocery stores, freaking restaurants.
What does
like,
that have to do
Yeah.
with anti-vaxxers?
No, it's just, I'm saying, like,
Just
the
that they're
anti-vaxxer
upset.
parents, they're
Oh.
protesting Stranger Things because they show people smoking cigarettes in Stranger Things.
There are other
I
parents
thought
who
that
protest
was,
Stranger Things for showing D&D.
You could smoke in bars up until like 2004.
2009 is when the smoking ban occurred.
No,
It
was-
It was before that.
it was before that.
It was
Nationwide.
Obama. It was Obama. I know because I really liked him, and then it was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
you're taking smoking away from me.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
How could you do this to me, President? I enjoyed.
It wasn't Obama.
2009
Because it was when I
Obama
still.
did the
it was-
smoking ban, and that's the reason he was also the same reason I couldn't get
Cloves.
clove cigarettes anymore.
That
thought
ban
no,
happened in
it was Obama,
2009
yeah.
as well.
Well,
Like,
He just signed the
remember that.
legislation, he didn't. It wasn't like I'm doing this, but he also, I think,
I
he
just
personally quit
remember-
smoking.
That was
So-
a really good impression.
So I was still in Columbus in 2009.
I was in Columbus in 2009, and that's when the
Um,
smoking ban
I'm gonna-
affected me.
He
Um,
became president in 2006.
Till
Right?
yeah, till 24.
No. Hold on.
Maybe that would have been 2008, I thought.
Yeah,
2008?
2008 would have been when he won, and then he stayed president until I want to say like
2016.
yeah,
Just had-
2016. So
I mean,
8
just had
years
Trump.
before that would have been like
2008.
2008.
Yeah, so it would have been about 2009 when that went through. Well, that was the thing. Maybe some of the smoking bans started a little
It
sooner
did.
than that
It did. It's
in
just it wasn't.
2008, but it wasn't much earlier.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Statewide
What is-
smoking ban on December 7th, 2006. It was before
for
Obama.
Ohio.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll say
'cause-
I know it hit a federal level in 2009, and then
Yeah, where I lost the ability to buy those cloves with other
Yeah.
smoking things. You couldn't smoke indoors anywhere unless they sold tobacco products.
correct. And even then, that was what made it so you could no longer serve in bar or smoke in bars so long as the kitchen was open.
Oh, right, because people in their food.
Yep.
Sure.
Now that being said, in the South, once the kitchen closes in bars, people are allowed to smoke inside again.
But they're not allowed. They just do.
Nope, you are allowed. According
You can
to
smoke
like
where they
in
sell
Georgia,
products.
yeah, in Georgia at least, when I was living down there, like a few years ago, the second 11 o'clock hit and the kitchen was no longer serving food, they would bring out ashtrays for everybody, and you were allowed to smoke inside in the bar.
Yeah, you could go look at them individually. Who's here? Nah, we're still
Oh.
shy. Damn it.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
but we're
just-
still two. Oh well, wait. I can't see. God, well.
Or maybe it's not the law, but there are
I'm here.
bars that allowed you to do it.
Taliesin's sleeping. If you guys want to continue on, because we got it out. Well, he's awake. We came back with food. I got Jerk and Sparkle Gem. You're awake, and the cart. We could run from here. We don't have to keep going. It's already 9:20. I don't know if you guys just want to keep going, like waiting.
Well, I'm sure at this point, like all we're going to do is scout out the outside of the cave, which sounded pretty empty based upon the fact Bear was getting there and back, no problem.
Well, I mean, should I take a couple steps in, see what I can see in there? Because I've got dark vision. I could try
I
to.
would say between you and I, we could easily scout at least the first 30 feet in and kind of see, like, are there foot tracks that are recent? Are there, like, anything like that to indicate that there could be activity going on down there?
So the two of you want
Okay.
to walk to the cave and make a more close inspection.
Yes. Should I roll stealth just in case?
Yeah, if that's your guys' plan, give me your stealth rolls, and I guess we'll just have to say Taliesin says okay, but be safe. You know, and he's gonna stay and watch camp and watch over the sleeping humans
Okay, I got
who
18.
can't see in the dark, and it's like 3:30 in the morning, so it's still dark. It's still pretty pitch black.
My roll was an
Stealth
18.
rolls 18,
Mine was a 10.
an 18, and a 10. What's your total? Oh, your total is
10.
your stealth is +8.
Jerks, yeah, he has ridiculous, like, stealth.
He put his expertise in the right spot.
Well,
Wow,
I
That's
knew
a
we,
good-
when I created my character, I knew we didn't have a caster, so I specifically built
Whenever-
my rogue
Yeah.
more cast
have-
style.
You
We
guys
have
have
two
casters.
casters.
When I say
so-
caster, I mean high DPS cast. Like, we don't have a
Yeah.
glass cannon.
Okay, I see your stealth rolls, and I know what they are. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll me your perception checks as you approach the cave? So you guys walk the roughly 15-ish minutes towards where
Your
you
eyeball
would,
falls out.
where you would have seen. Is it really one?
Mine's a
Rick?
mine's a 4.
Okay.
Do I have inspiration
12.
from the recap?
What was that?
Do I have inspiration from the recap?
Wasn't a very good recap, but you were the person who started and gave this information.
You don't even
And I
have to
should
put it.
assign that out when I do it.
You don't even have to put it on the sheet. I'll just re-roll that one.
All right, you can use the inspiration for your recap.
Okay,
I
so
still
that's
think your
that's-
cursed eye fell out.
that's a 15.
Okay. So basically, you guys follow the faint footprints from Hubert, earlier, where he said he had seen the cave. You're able to follow his tracks up to the cave. You get to the edge of it, and I guess we're gonna have to throw some people on a map here. If this is done correctly, is it done correctly? Is a giant black space?
screen.
You
Yep.
just see just a huge void that you're all
A
staring
black-
into, fearing the imminent death that awaits you. I mean,
Yes.
all the candy and flowers that are lining Wave Echo Cave. It's literally like Hansel and Gretel's, captor there. The witch is just a house made of candy. It's a cave made of candy. It's the candy
We're
cave.
going to Candy Mountain.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe it's where Sildar is taking all those lucky people for his timeshare.
Yeah. Gundren's realized
Gundren.
what a paradise that this is, and he's.
Are we going to have to
Maybe
weekend at
Sildar's doing it
Bernie's?
too. They're like in it together.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm actually just grabbing something. Okay, give me just a second.
It's been a little while since we've had to use the lots and lots of goblins figurines. So
Oh, the swarm figure, my favorite.
it's actually just the poop emoji. Because it's a goblin offensive. And they certainly are.
Would be. Okay. Real areas. As you approach the cave, As you approach the cave, it is very dark going in. There is no light source. But with the both of you being born and bred for dark vision, you're able to see about 60 feet deep into the cave.
Nice. I don't see anything yet.
Yeah.
I don't even see me.
Oh, it didn't go. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Actually, yeah, let me throw your guys' characters on here. Crap, gotta go. Oh, this is why I need to start on the party screen so I can grab you all. I'll bring you all over here.
Nice and easily.
Yeah,
Don't grab me, bro.
I'm grabbing all of you.
But I don't want to be touched. No good touch.
Shouldn't have played D&D.
Show me on the doll where he touched you. Now show me on this doll where he touched you. Now this doll. Why do we have so many dolls?
And then they start to move.
No, they don't.
Yes, at Halloween they
Dude.
move.
So, you know, I prepped like an entire cave full of people and things, but of course, I
Behold
forget to,
the
like,
cave.
bring
of
your
Kaev
guys, bring all of your characters over to it.
I see a creepy little hand icon like sticking right there.
Oh shit! I just put you all on the.
Pew.
Yeah, you see the creepy little hand icon. Let me grab Jerk over and
Oh, you're so tiny.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
How
This
big
is-
is this cave?
Very big.
Right? That's
Oh.
what. This cave is fucking huge.
I was just about to ask if I need to reload or if anybody's only seeing a black map, and then I realized
Just
I have
little-
to scroll. and
all the way down
scroll.
to this corner.
I
Yeah, you guys
scroll.
are. So you guys approached from the north in Phandalin. You headed south for a while, and then east. As you headed east in the west faced side of the mountain was where this was. You guys are entering from that west corner, and that's where you're able to see this a little bit of cave. Like I said, it's pitch black, so your dark vision gives you 60 feet out in dim light. You can make out, shapes, and things are mostly just like fuzzy shades of gray, right? You can't make out colors or fine detailing on anything.
Okay.
What you see, though, in this cave as you approach is. Actually, shoot. What you see from this cave approach is hewn stone, not hewn stone, but rough cut stone. So everything has been kind of out. The ground itself is kind of crag. It's not difficult terrain, but nothing's really like level or even. It's been kind of cleared out by the cave. People have been, pulling mines out through, pulling materials out through here in order to create this tunnel that you're looking at as you see deeper in.
Okay.
You are fully aware that you have two sleeping people back at the cart and one of them whom you said, "Hey, we're gonna go check out the cave."
I turn to her and I just tell her, "Listen, I've got kind of a bad feeling about this. Let's wait till everybody's up and come back."
Okay.
Was your perception roll was a total of
Mine was
10 plus what Sparkle Gem and 12 plus
Mine
plus
was
what,
like a
sorry?
12 or a 13, so
Mine's a 15.
12. Yeah, 12. Because I had the wisest.
Okay. You guys actually are just kind of close enough that you hear what seems to be like the soft sound of waves.
Well, I guess we know where it gets the name Wave Echo.
Coming from inside the cavern.
That's a creepy. Let's
It's
go.
very delicate, very soft sound from where you're at.
Let's go back, get everybody else. Well, wait for them to wake up, and then we'll explore a little more. This was
Sounds
a bad idea.
Card dice.
I mean, I'm with you there. So you did say it does look like there's been activity in the cave, though, right?
Let's see. Oh, jeez. What kind of? So, well, I mean, just that this.
Like fresh
this isn't-
tread
this
marks
isn't a
type
cut-
deal.
No, this isn't a cut out portion of the cave. This isn't a like. Miners have been working here for years and carved out this cave entrance. This cave entrance was semi recently created.
Okay. Yeah, that's even more nerve wracking. So we definitely should go back because if it's kind of recently cut out, and I'm sure we could tell looking at the ground, like the dirt's been recently shifted around, that type of thing to indicate activity.
It's just not the kind of thing where, like in the temple, where like you went down to the cave walls, but everything was like a flushed hewn stone, very smooth, carved, and specifically set by like craftsmen. This is people digging into a place to create this tunnel. Jagged walls, jagged ground. Nothing's. In today's day and age, what you would consider like machine cut, right?
Right.
There's no like there's no craftsmanship to this tunnel. This is a let's go inside. There are the wooden pillars kind of holding up, pieces stuck up in order to hold up the roof,
Okay, well,
give some structure to this tunnel.
I go back to where we came from, back to the
Yep.
camp.
Turn around and run away.
Yep.
Retreat!
Everybody runs back to the cart. Gnome and the tiefling arrive. It was about a 30-minute walk, maybe 5 minutes spent like looking in the cave and talking about whether to go in. It's been a couple hours for doing. It's probably about 4 a.m. Talison's awake, well rested. You're both well rested. The humans are probably gonna sleep for another couple hours, probably until
Well,
past sunup,
unless we wake them.
unless you wake them.
I'm
And
like
then-
sitting by the campfire, like smoking a pipe, trying to teach the camel how to play dragon chess with me. It's not working, but I'm
No.
trying though.
Yeah. Come on, some creature has to be intelligent enough for me to talk to.
So yeah, we tell him about the waves. Like that's probably why it's called Wavico Cave. We could hear waves. I got a real bad feeling as soon as we walked in, so we came back. This is something I'm gonna wait for you guys to go explore with me.
Yeah, no, that camel doesn't know shit about dragon chess. You're right. I was hoping the camels were like randomly very intelligent, and they would be like, "Oh, actually, he's."
What about the
Yeah, but-
ram? Just
Yeah,
out of
you don't
curiosity.
Well, it was a giant ram. I think I used another creature's stats for it too, so I'd have to go look it up.
All right, so I guess I'll just kind of chill by the fire until everybody wakes up.
Okay. Sparkle Gem, same thing. You guys, Taliesin, all gonna hang out until everybody gets their rest in the morning.
Okay.
Wait, did you
Yeah,
use the giant goat sheet?
Uh,
I have respect to DPS.
I would like to like while we're Jesus, Tom. While we're kind of like, I mean, if they're gonna be asleep for a couple hours, I'm gonna keep like every once in a while I'm gonna kind of like go look for components for potions and stuff.
Okay, yeah, no, you can go off and spend another. Cause what I say, it took you like 2 hours to go hunt for stuff. They went to bed at like 1:30. They're not going to be up till 9. You've got a couple hours. You could give me another D4 roll and then another D20 roll. We'll see how well it goes. All right.
That's 7 + 5.
You're able to find some small game. A little couple. Let's see. You're able to find like a hawk's nest. There's eggs inside. And you can take for breakfast eggs. You
Oh,
think they're
dope.
You're looking at it and you're looking like, those are probably good breakfast egg type. Hawks off hunting.
I will head back to the camp and yeah. Can I find like? Trying to think of I don't think I have any. Does anybody have like a cooking?
Yeah,
I don't know,
Somebody,
metagame.
I do.
somebody has a mess kit.
I have a
I
mess
do.
kit.
So I'll head back to with my egg cache.
Yeah, 3 hawk
And
eggs. Big goodens.
let's see. You guys are awake, so I'll probably just kind of hang out until maybe like an hour before the rest of the guys get up, and then start cooking the eggs.
Okay. Jerk with Sparkle Gem. I'm assuming you're just waiting for morning to come and
Mhm.
the other humans to wake up. The other guys wake up to a hawk egg breakfast.
Yum
You
yum.
want to roll me?
Oh.
Let's see. How would we? Survival. Yeah, survival. You want to roll me a survival check to see you were right about these eggs being alright. Yeah. Yeah, they were
17.
appropriate, and you got a couple spices left over in that herbalism kit. You could make this a decent scrambled hawk egg breakfast.
Exciting.
It's my
So-
famous eggs Jaffa.
So no one needs to mark off rations for today. So you should only be down for one on the trip. And you guys wake up. You are the cave is here. You do hear some howling off in the distance as the sun rises, and this kind of stirs the other adventurers as well. I guess the sun's been up for a minute. It's probably about 8:30 in the morning. A couple of you have been awake through the night, done a little hunting, done a little gathering, done a little information gathering. See the beginning. Understand that the cave is deep and dark and
Scary.
has a sound of waves echoing in the distance. Oh yeah, and you guys are able to get your gear together. How's that? We're off in the distance.
Do we know right away what it is, or can I make a nature check and see if I can identify the?
Nature check.
Check that nature. at the
16.
door.
You have heard wolves howl in the past. This sounds similar to wolf howls.
Sweet. Okay.
You're like, oh, that's probably wolves.
So nothing to be too scared about. Got it.
We got to make sure we protect the horses, though, if we're gonna go in the cave.
I wild shape like just my throat and also howl.
Just use to speak to animals' language and howl back.
I just imagine
Yeah.
like
Stay-
fur.
stay away.
exploding.
I'm doing it to Sparkle Gem like cheeky in a cheeky manner.
As
Okay.
opposed to
Oh, what is this?
Just being a cheeky little. Well, no, it's more like I just wanted to make sure, like, it's not like dire wolves in the area rather than regular wolves. And
Maybe it's our direwolf friends.
We don't have dire wolf friends.
yeah, you kind of,
I mean, you guys
botched all
don't.
those.
They said they might see us around again.
Do you have the ability to speak with animals now as a feature, right?
I've been able to communicate with small beasts ever since level 1. It's part of my racial feature.
Speak
I can
to the
s-
woods, Sylvan, beasts
Yeah.
can understand
I
you.
can speak Sylvan.
Yeah, you could howl out to have the beast understand you, but you just gotta make a mocking wolf noise at Sparkle Gem, like it's a wolf to me. And you guys are at the cart.
All right, everybody's up, fed. Let's. You guys want to go check this shit out?
Let's go into
I
a
need a-
hole.
All right. What's the
All right.
marching order here?
I'll be in front of Taliesin.
I'll have my sword and shield out, and I'll take the lead.
All right. Do you have a torch or something? Because it's pitch black in there.
It is
Ah.
pitch black in here.
That would
If you
be-
don't, I
so
can
dark.
grab one off the cart and throw at you because I stashed 5 on the cart.
Soon
Oh,
as
I mean,
as soon as she
I'll
throws
cast-
it, I tell her don't throw torches.
I'll
not
cast
lit.
produce. I'll cast produce flame so that we can kind of see. They can kind of see.
Cool.
I believe we should all have. Man, really gotta zoom in on this one, huh? You guys should all have your characters on screen. And did the properties carry over? Can you control them too?
I could control mine, I'm pretty sure. Let me double
Sweet.
check here in a second. I got to zoom in all the freaking way just so I can move my icon.
I got my
So
boy.
what
I'm good. Yeah, I can move them. So with produce flame, you can see 20 feet. Well,
Can
I have a
I
20.
get my mage hand drug onto the map for the time being? Because I'm sure I'm going to need it. Listen, like,
Is that cantrip?
what, my mage hand?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cantrip. Mage hand. Summoned. Spiritual weapon. Is that a cantrip?
I'm just having fun.
Okay.
Well, it's more like
Gone.
once. Okay.
I'm just moving other stuff. I got all you guys' other things on the other layer.
We're allowed to have fun.
No. No fun. Focus on the fun at hand. No, but yeah, so you guys have your characters here. I just want to make sure you're able to control them and everything is there. And I saw the spiritual weapon moving, and as soon as you summon it, I will give it right back. I promise.
Boop.
In fact, I'll tell you guys what. I'll polygon over.
I mean, if you want to keep mage hand off, I just wanted to make sure it was on this map. So the second I cast it, you don't have to bounce between screens.
So
here's what we'll do.
as
Oh,
we
go
go
ahead.
into the cave, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on all of us.
All right.
And
So
then
that
it's-
increases everyone's stealth score by 10 points.
Yep.
So
Ooh.
everyone needs to roll stealth. And can you do me a favor and like put that on there and say, in fact, I'm gonna go stealth in caps, and then go ahead and give me your D20 stealth rolls, and we'll talk modifiers.
with or without modifier.
All
Or
right,
if-
rolling.
If you know how to roll it with the modifier on screen, go right ahead.
Totally can. Let me see what it is.
I'm a good guy. I rolled a 13, or 12 total.
That's a
Okay, and that
Wait,
was
what?
a plus 10 to our stealth.
it's plus 10. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
A plus 10 magic bonus to your skill.
So
Right. So
Let's
whatever
see.
your stealth roll normally is, that's what you're rolling. And then
Oh,
once you're-
okay. Well, that's
So it's
mine with the
been-
modifier plus 10.
yeah, mine would have been 12 with my mod, and then plus 10 for the other thing. So I'm sneaking around it at 22.
Mine's a 24.
And Pubert is a total of
12. I have to roll disadvantage because of my plate.
Do you want to use your inspiration to reroll?
If he has it.
It was the first roll that was lower, so it doesn't matter.
he's rolling
Yeah.
with advantage already.
Or
I bet
disadvantage.
You still can. You're rolling with disadvantage. You still can re-roll one of those with. There's no
That-
inspiration left.
I still have mine.
Nobody does.
I didn't.
You
earn
never
today.
took it off of my sheet, so
Oh yeah, I did. When the session started. Have you refreshed that page in a while?
I
Okay,
did
so-
earlier. Okay, it's gone now. Yeah.
So who's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go
it. I keep your guys' sheets open all the time. But anyways, so I heard some marching orders about Pubert plate up front.
Well, with the
who was
20,
behind him?
with a 27, I feel like I should kind of lead.
Yeah, but you guys don't know your roles
Yeah,
as
no,
we're approaching. You're just sneaking in. So I heard marching orders. I heard Pubert was up front. Who was behind him?
I think Sparkle Gem said she was in front of.
I'll be in the middle because I'm casting the light. So
I'll
that
be
there's like a rough area people.
I'll be behind Pubert, so that if anything comes at us, I can first of all warn him, and second of all sneak attack.
So are we roughly as we're laid out here? I put Gabe on the map because I assumed he was still summoned.
Yes.
So do
Okay.
we notice the skeletal hand when we walk in?
That's
Does
fine.
Sparkle Gem,
that's in
Sparkle
the
Gem
margin.
cast Mage Hand?
Oh, okay. Yep.
If she did, then yes.
1 second. There.
It's just leaning out towards the entrance of the cave. It goes, another 40 feet back. They've dug in here for some time to get on this approach. And that was about 60 feet with dark vision. You guys have now. We have a torch lit. Does anyone care? Are we carrying torches? Some person's casting a light.
No,
I heard.
yeah, I'll say Taliesin has produced flame going, so he's our light source.
I'm going
This
to rely on that.
This grid result is weird.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No.
So
Okay.
So his produced flame, sheds a bright light in about 10-foot radius, a dim light for another 20 feet after that.
Are these 10-foot squares?
The squ-
According to
oh,
our
that's
click-
backwards. Oh
Like,
no!
is that
Oh
is
god!
it a simple fix
Hold on.
or a complicated
Breathe-
fix?
Breathe deep. Breathe
yeah,
deep.
each square counts as 10 feet.
Oh god! Please don't fuck this up. Okay.
It
Yeah,
is now
there we
working
go.
as intended.
Yeah, it's not working. The grid squares that you see on the map, the big ones, those are 10, which is obviously why your smaller individual ones that you're on are 5. You guys take up a 5-foot square piece. That's always your.
Oh, okay. I see the 10-foot squares, and I understand.
So there's dim light out. It's still about as far.
Oh, and
jerk
Gabe
right
has
kind of up
super
front.
duper dark vision.
What does that mean? Give me a number.
He has a 120 feet dark vision.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
Gabe can see pretty far, unless you go sit down and go into his senses and vision. You can't see through his, but he could see pretty far. Huh? How well? What's your communication ability with that? I feel like you can give
Telepathy.
it commands. Telepathy. You can give him commands by speaking them. Does he speak back to you?
I just usually think to him.
Or think back to you? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just communicate straight up. Okay. Yeah, we'll add his vision on. Dark vision out to 120. So as you guys are able to see deeper into the cave-ish, you're able to see up to about a ledge here. And we'll call it this. And then there's darkness further past the ledge. A bit of a. What you're able to see is a couple stalagmites, a couple of cave pieces on a wall. There's a ledge that goes out, and a little bit farther past the ledge, Gabe can see a wall.
I just can't get over how tiny we are.
In
All right,
comparison.
everybody, roll me perception. I'm gonna write perception. Perception.
What kind?
The perceiving kind. You're
What
listening
sounds?
for sounds.
Okay.
I seem to like.
I'm
I seem to
Why
like.
is it D20 plus 18? You're at
Oh.
13 plus what?
Damn it! I'm at 13 plus 3.
I think that was
That
it
was-
says
that
plus
was from
18
before,
him.
yeah.
13 plus 3, 16. Sparkle Gem, 16. Pubera.
No,
I can't
mine's
even doesn't
14.
count it.
I rolled a 12 plus my 2.
Gabe's keen hearing. You guys, so Gabe is able to hear and communicate back to Godwald that it hears a snorting sound. However, a magical owl would say that to a person. Snort like a.
Hmm.
There's a piggy.
Sparkle Gem and Jerk. And
It's,
I don't know what Godwald's pure roll was because I know Keen Hearing you were rolling.
Well, if he's in tune to the owl, he doesn't get one. He only gets the owl roll,
Yeah.
correct?
That's fair.
Yeah, we made a deal about 4 sessions ago that I get one or the other.
Yeah, yep. I mean, because that makes sense. So yeah, you guys are able to hear kind of snorting sound, but otherwise, like any distance from you guys, it's pretty much black. Like I said, that produced
Wait, if I
flames
can
to cast a
hear
light
it?
about 20 feet. Your guys' dark vision sees out 60 feet past that, so you're seeing a bit farther than the produced flame light. Godwall and Pubert, though, you guys are kind of limited by that light. Unless you light a torch, which I think you guys have torches that are.
Can I roll a survival to see if I can identify
I'll
what
say
this
that's-
is?
That's what I was going to ask: is what type of
Roll me a survival. Roll me a
intelligence,
you're trying to like see, do I recognize this snorting sound?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yep.
could just ask the owl what the sound
Dang
was.
it. It's 7.
Like, you can just, like, Gabe can probably tell you. I can tell Gabe to tell you what Gabe heard.
No,
Because you-
because with fey animals, they can
It-
only telepathically communicate to the one they're soul bound to.
Yeah,
No,
but you
it's-
can like
I mean,
screech at me and I can
Taliesin has
understand
speak
it.
with owl.
So the owl can just speak owl, and he can understand Sylvan because and it literally does go back to and from the Fey realm. Yeah. So no, you're like kind of surprised that other people are able to hear this snorting without you, but you believe them that there is some kind of sound happening.
Okay, so Gabe says that it opens up at about 50 feet. So should we go a little further?
Yep.
Alright. So
Get a good
Pubert,
look.
you have control.
Should
How
we
far
just
are we gonna
roll
get?
initiative now to see who's like moving first and so on and so forth?
No, we've
Or
got
we
our.
just- We
We've,
could just go in marching order,
yeah, we've got our marching order.
Mm-hmm.
which
Just walk forward.
Yep. All right.
Or
So
we
do it.
you
We'll
go
do
in
it in
portrait order.
order. Yeah, we'll do it in marching order. I'm looking at this as Pubert, Jerk, Godwald, or Gabe, Taliesin, Sparkle Gem.
I'll go ahead and do a careful forget to switch from measuring to arrow, but yeah, I'll go ahead and just do a march on forward the full 30 feet.
Pubert
I
kind of
don't-
walking forward. He's like, I don't hear this thing they're talking about. You know,
I
so-
am
But
right.
if it has any honor, it'll show itself.
I'm right behind
Oh,
you,
alright.
staying in formation.
I'll give Gabe the order to move to my shoulder. And also move forward.
All right. Now, so this is one of the things reading I find familiar that you're really just basically not supposed to be able to do, right? Like you're kind of limited by this sort of option. But because you can kind of action this on and off, you could just be like, I'm
Like-
walking with him on my shoulder until I want to look through his eyes. And then
Yes, that's how we
and then
discussed it.
you're- Yeah, so it's like this. I just
Like-
worried a little bit on combat, just
like-
make sure.
I mean, worst case
But he's
scenario,
at a
he's looking for
disadvantage.
the owl's eyes when combat initiates and he's left prone.
Yeah, I just don't want to do that thing where if we're in combat at any point with your familiar out, but like it's not like, oh yeah, and you have disadvantage because the last turn you were looking through your owl's eyes. You didn't see the goblin run up and
Stab you in the shin.
throw a rock at your face, stab you in the shin, whatever.
Fair.
Okay, well, you guys approach forward. Jerk, I think at this point you
Oh yeah, Bear, you gonna move?
do hear the kind of snorting sound. Taliesin, you're just like, oh, what are these guys were talking about? But you guys with dark vision can see that ledge now, where that kind of went out to. Well, on a Pubert, you're kind of not seeing very far in front of yourselves at the moment. It's about
I have a question real quick. Would I not hear it if my passive perception is 15?
Because you had to roll on it, No, unless you say I take my pass.
Oh, you have
You
to
would have
say
had
that.
to make that. Yeah, you have to make that call before you roll.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
We haven't really done it
At
that way
least-
all the time. Just for the time
Right.
being, like comics sake, you're like, man, this is the weirdest thing ever. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause I
usually-
would've rolled a
I'm
13.
usually the first person to hear this.
Yeah, I rolled a 13, so I mean, it's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
seems so strange. But yeah, as you guys kind of continue quietly moving forward, some of you are able to start, maybe like hear some of that noise, but no one's able to see anything from this point of view. You guys can keep moving forward.
What do you think,
It's up to
Peter?
you.
Alright,
Everybody's moved their piece. Bear, I think we'd be back up to you now.
boop, 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 boop.
You know what I'd like to do, if it's okay?
Yeah.
Just because we didn't like it took us a while to like get to this cave entrance, like give a little like kind of background content of like remembering a bit about the cave, because you guys have
Box
known.
text, box text, box text.
Yeah, a little bit.
You get so excited about that.
Right.
What, you don't like lore?
No, I love
I mean,
lore.
yeah. So
I've
like,
been playing all these. I've been seeing all these games like Dark Souls and Destiny stuff where you this lore and these little dribbles. I'd like an actual paragraph sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, like you guys know from your own general adventuring or things about dungeons that all good dungeons have the kind of characteristics or something that make them unique. There's always a name. It's like Fire Mountain, and of course, it's literally some miniature mountain at the center of it made of fire. Not that it's inside a volcano or something. Like there's always something about it. Wave Echo Cave, no exception. You can now all hear this sort of rhythmic thunder of pounding waves echoing throughout the mind. And as you get in a little closer, it becomes a little bit louder, and it is actually loud enough to sort of make the
Excuse me.
stone. That's okay, and stand my movement at all. A loud enough movement to make the stone underfoot shiver. And this sound, these waves, seem to come about 2 minutes apart. And like I said, the deeper end, they seem to be getting a little louder. Now, you also know from not only just looking at your map, growing up in the area, or generally driving around here, that Wave Echo Cave is nowhere near the ocean. But you do still hear the sound of this happening here somewhere for some reason, making the sound like breaking surf deep inside the mountain.
I wonder what it is. I quietly
Russian
say to
water.
myself.
I mean, and this sounds like a beach, right? Not like a waterfall, or it sounds like actual ocean waves, right?
Sounds like ocean waves. Yeah.
The fabled mountain beach. I've heard of these.
I think you've all been to Neverwinter, so you've all been to the beach, or at least know the sounds of it in the past. You all started there, so you've been to the sea. And this sounds
bet
like
that must be
waves
happened.
crashing across the rocks at the sea, but here inside the cave.
Crazy. This place is nuts.
Gnarly.
Yeah, and if you remember, this is the place where the Forge of Spells was lost, and that a great battle had occurred here, and that's why the mine itself was lost. Was that battle had collapsed the cave and the entrances to the cave.
Roll credits.
Game over. That was it.
Like no,
Enjoy.
like he said the
Oh.
title. He said the mine was lost.
The mine was yeah. It was,
Oh, Oz, do you want to move your character quick for the second Stepping Forward series we did?
Ah, apologies. Sure.
Apology
I mean, I could say
accepted.
that adventurers have stumbled around the location of the mine, but never finding it. It's not lost. Is that better?
Can I make a perception check from here? I'm kind of like,
You can roll with your passive perception now, and about 15, you can hear some of the snorting and some of the echoes in the cave as you guys have
I'm just trying
approached
to
this area. I'm
I'm trying to
reroll.
see what I can see because I can see the dark.
Yep. Yeah, you guys in your locations. I'm just going to open up this area, but know that Bear and Godwald, you guys can only see in about a 20-foot radius around Taliesin with that
Roger that.
produce flame spell.
Roger, Roger.
But as you guys walk into this first area, there's a couple stalagmites here, and you can see the remnants of a camp to the northeast, and the snorting sound seems to be coming from beyond this ledge lower down. There is a significant drop off over to the edge there.
Do I see this sleeping guy over here since it's
That guy
since
has
I have
Yeah.
dark vision 60 feet?
sleeping.
Yeah, so as you guys are approaching this area, this entrance tunnel leads into this larger cavern, supported by natural pillars of rock. There's a couple, like I said, a couple stalagmites around in the western part of the cave. Behind the rock, there's 3 bedrolls, a heap of ordinary supplies. Looks like a few things that have been picked through, and amid those supplies, you see a body, and you hear this snorting sound. What you're like kind of coming in and looking from though is it does seem like that the ground to the northwest, where that pit is, where the ground has just collapsed and it's fallen down.
Do you guys think he's sleeping or is he dead?
The where?
At the top of one of these ledges, and I'm going to click it here, of this stalagmite, there is a. Oh, let's find an appropriate color. There we go. There is a rope wrapped around it that then leads over the ledge down into the portion.
If you're drawing something, I can't see it.
Yeah, none of us can see it. I'm drawing
Not this
on the
layer.
wrong layer.
I got you. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just do better.
You can select and yeah, there's.
I'll just do better.
It was a joke.
Constantly always remember
It's a rope.
when
It
you
was-
Just do
switch
it less
from it-
shitty.
That
There's
was
your rope.
totally a joke. I'm sorry.
I know. I hear you. Yeah. You see some of the things, and you see this. That is, like I said, you guys can't really tell from where you're standing how far down that goes, but there's a bit of a drop, and you hear that sound coming from there. You guys have kind of walked in, Pew Bear, then Jerk, then Godwald, Taliesin, Sparkle Gem.
All right. Is anybody saying anything about? Because I probably didn't hear it with what I rolled for perception.
I mean, at this point, I'm going to get my crossbow out and get it loaded up and aim towards that sleeping body before I start moving.
If we do a 20-foot aura on Taliesin like that, can you guys see it?
Not on this
Nope,
layer.
not
No.
on this layer.
Taliesin, can you see it?
I can, yeah.
Of course. That's super awesome and useful for everybody, right?
If I give
Yes.
myself this aura, can you guys see it?
I'm
Nope.
sad because that's basically the light source. You know,
Like-
so let's.
Uh,
I'll do one.
I mean, I would like to basically just walk over here and kind of like hide-ish, but like take a look over here and
Yeah,
see if
you
I can
see-
tell this guy's like breathing or something.
you're kind of like separating the pit that's off to the northwest between you and one of the natural cave pillars that's kind of like looks like it goes about 30 feet up into the ceiling. What you see at this campsite is a dead body. It is in the condition of a skeleton at this point. It's fairly decayed. There's a bit of a beard. The hair's left. Skin's pretty much like mostly gone, stuck to the skeleton, but it's all shriveled up. Looks like it was a short person.
Oh no. Is Gundren killing his
Uh,
family?
You
Yeah,
also notice that
see
the
Gundren's
skeleton
body.
the skeleton was fully clothed. It does seem to be missing its shoes.
Hey guys, there's a shoeless small man over here. I don't think he's
A
not
what?
he's not alive. Well, it's a skeleton.
On the word
Let's sh-
skeleton, I would like to make actions.
Bear and Godwald, you guys are on like the edge of light that's emanating from Taliesin. You're kind of like there's darkness just past where you are. Like stepping that way, Godwald, you wouldn't be able to see much of anything. It's not.
I would
lit
like
past
to
you.
dismiss Gabe and light my own torch.
Woo! As an action, dismisses Gabe. Gabe transfers layers. Godwall, what is a torch? Oh my gosh, we have to look real fast, aren't we?
Torch
much.
is 25
How
feet.
much? Well,
25.
Godwall now has his circle. Hubert, you can see up to the ledge of
If I'm not mistaken.
the ledge where you can kind of see the edge meth, the light cast out there. It doesn't really. Maybe like a dim light. Maybe you could see the wall that it comes up across from there.
Now, am I able to hold a torch in my
Torches do
hand.
20 feet of light. My bad, I misspoke.
Yeah, and they
And-
both have different torches too. Wait,
Different?
did one of you put a? Did you put 2 circles on you, Godwald?
Yeah, I have 2 different kinds of light from
I
the
can s-
same basic
I can s-
torch.
You guys can't see any of your circles, but I can see all of your circles, so it's a lot of circles that are happening right now.
I'm sorry.
but totally
Should I change
understandable.
colors?
No, just more. No, it's good. It's good. I just kind of like to like get a sense of what's happening and where it's happening. But yeah, no. So you light your torch, Taliesin, with your produced flame. You're seeing there. And you see, like I said, a small bearded, shoeless man. You've told the party about it.
I'm going to go investigate this bearded man and take his things.
Ha.
Oh. Okay. Actually, as you kind of investigate the area, looking for any valuable possessions, as you so often do, you notice that there are essentially empty sacks that once contained flour, empty bags that once contained salt, casks that have a faint smell of salted meat left in them, but they're empty. There are several empty flasks that were for lamp oil. You can smell the oil on them. There are some pickaxes in the area, shovels, empty lantern, and just some other mining supplies in general. On the dwarf himself, carrying nothing of any value, it's kind of leather that's been, like a leather armor that's been sitting on the body. It's made for a small person. Yep. You basically see a bunch of empty, looted stuff over here.
You
I'd
did
like to
say
check
that there.
this rope.
Go
How long
ahead.
has it been here? Is it old?
Is somebody
Does
like
the rope look sturdy to get down into the pit, or does it look like it could break at any second from age?
Where are you? Oh,
I'm
you're over
literally
there.
right next to
You're
the.
right next to the rope.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like it's a sturdy hemp rope. It's been tied around the stalagmite, and it's leading down over the pit. Although it doesn't seem like anyone has leaned in.
I'm slowly walking my way that way since I only move at 25 feet.
Okay.
Did you say that there was like leather armor there?
The dead body is wearing some leather. Yep.
Dwarven sized and not
I-
cared for in weeks.
I would like to check that out and see if it would be like if Sparkle Gem could possibly wear it.
No, it's made for a dwarf. It's not made for a gnome. 2 completely different body figures.
If
She
she
could
was, like-
swim in it.
Okay. So
she's wearing
Sparkle
double
Gem
short
has no
vest.
fucking clue about that because she's over investigating a rope. But
Oh,
as
right.
Taliesin looks at the armor and sees the size, it's made for a small person. Perhaps with some alterations, it would be able to fit Sparkle Gem.
I want to take it, and I'm gonna maybe try and alter it later,
Okay.
or unless I can do it now.
So, I mean, you could try and do it now, but you can definitely take the remaining what is essentially most of the rest of the clothes off the corpse.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
I mean, there's a this camp is already set up. So if we
Several bedrolls there. There's a backpack. All of it's really been kind of picked out and through. Used torches. All of the wood in the fire pit has been burnt out and it's gone. Just charcoal in the fire pit.
Do we want to sit here for a minute and come up with a plan? I'm gonna suggest that we sit here for a moment and come up with a plan.
well, we do
I
have
have an idea.
we do have that snorting, and Jared's rolling dice.
Right,
Yeah.
like I don't even know how many rounds have passed, so I don't even know how far I've been able to move. Like as far as I know, 3 rounds have passed, which is 75 feet.
Not in combat currently, so it's technically not rounds. So just been trying to go down a list. Bear, Jerk, Godwald, or Gabe, Taliesin, Sparkle Gems. Taliesin just checked out that leather armor. Sparkle Gem.
Okay, like I said, I don't know what's going on because I keep seeing everybody moving their icons and doing all this stuff, and it's confusing the heck out of me.
Okay,
So
well,
I don't know
it's
how
your
anybody
turn.
else is
Right.
staying.
Yeah, let's just keep it. Let's try and keep it in order. But all right,
All right.
Sparkle Gem, you're there. You're looking at this rope. You peek the sledge.
I would say if I am able to move again, I would like to go to the edge and kind of look down, see how far it drops, if the rope touches the bottom, and all that.
Absolutely. If you quietly lean up over to see the ledge, that would be falling down the wall.
Right,
Lean over,
well-
you would notice that the pit goes down about 20 feet. It looks like there's a bunch of rubble on the ground there. And down inside the pit is the largest lizard you've ever seen. Large spikes, like fans, kind of crossing it on its back. It's kind of laying and sleeping, snorting. It doesn't seem like it has any way that it get out here. If you look to the if you look to the east and to the north, you would see 2 tunnels where part of this ground has collapsed down. You're able to get to, and that the rope then goes down right past the giant lizard.
Is it like for sure giant lizard or okay? So there's no
Oh,
way
it's
a
huge,
dragon.
huge scaled beast. Huge scaled beast with gigantic fin-like spikes going across its back.
It's a Stegosaurus.
Large spiky tail, but it is
Right.
and it is asleep in this pit. Sparkle Gem, roll me perception.
Okay.
Looking over this ledge.
Whatever +2. 16 total.
Kind of looking to the north and looking to the east on those collapsed ledges, you can see that that's like level ground, and it could have wandered in here, and it has wandered in and is sleeping here at the entrance.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll like whisper to Godwall since he's the closest one to me and inform him that's what's making the snorting noise and that it's down there.
There's a big old thing over here.
I snuff my torch.
All right, turn those auras
So-
off.
You might want to let me know too.
I mean, I don't
God.
know if you would be within earshot without me like screaming and possibly
No,
making
I think
things
he's within
loud.
earshot of me.
So Sparkle Gem comes back, and she's like, goes over to Godwald. There's a big old thing down there. Godwald snuffs his torch in response. Bear, it's your turn. Most of your light just went out.
Okay. I'm gonna pee my armor.
If you step forward in the direction you were going, I'll be able to probably feel you.
I was gonna say, so did all the lights go out? Like, did everybody?
No, Taliesin still has his produced flame going as far as I know, unless too much time has passed.
There would be some light heading from the area by the campsite, but you're kind of on the edge of that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will
he's
be
Sandy.
going towards. I will go towards the light.
Yeah, you're probably close enough if Sparkle Gem whispered for here to say there's something really big over there.
Oh.
Oh, I should have made a knowledge nature check to see if I could identify this creature.
You buried, you moved, you
Moved about 20 feet. And kind of see Taliesin checking his stuff. Yeah, I'm going to kind of look at him like, oh, what do you think happened here?
Taliesin's
little-
taking the armor off of the corpse.
I mean, he could have starved to death for all I know. There's not really much left of his skin, so I can't really tell if he was like stabbed or I don't know.
A lot of his stuff was taken too, though.
Yeah,
You guys could try and investigate his stuff to see if you can figure it out.
They
Like,
didn't
if
take
he was
his
stabbed,
beard.
was there be a hole in the armor?
Maybe. No one's looked.
I just picked it up. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
I
You
would.
took it off him.
I'd like to investigate.
All right.
Oh boy. Okay, investigate. 11. Yep. He's dead.
He's pretty dead. But you did notice that when Taliesin was taking the leather armor off of him, what ended up happening is that the head kind of like fell a bit back off. It looks like maybe there was some separation there,
Mm.
but it's definitely been dead for for quite a while, much longer than a couple of weeks or something.
Ah. Hmm. Did my investigation roll tell me anything?
Yeah,
I
the bit
told
about
you,
it.
my
The bit of-
train of thought. I'm
so,
sorry.
So
just-
let me describe this. No, go ahead. Describe your train of
no,
thought.
my train of thought literally just derailed. I'm looking at it, and it just no survivors. I was,
So this corpse, although it was still fully clothed except for his boots, was decayed out enough for all of the, for the organs to like shrivel up and all the skin to kind of shrivel up against it. But when Taliesin was taken off, you did notice that there's like a separation between the skin on the head, kind of like fell off.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Between the two of you, you could Taliesin, give me an investigation roll.
Okay. It's 6.
You don't see any holes in the armor or the clothing as you're taking it apart. But you kind of recognize the style of clothing. You're like, I've seen like. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not with that roll. I'm sorry. Yeah, but so there's no holes in any of the body armor. Nothing that like it was set. It's not burnt. It's not like a fire lit him on. No other like clear evidence, kind of how this person died. But
Okay. You
Jerk can try
wanted
too.
to give me that.
I'll try
Yeah.
too. I also want to ask them, like, why are his boots missing? Oh boy,
Ooh.
I'm not even sure
Yeah,
if he's dead.
yeah, you're really still generally like he's gonna pick up and move. I've seen too many living dead bodies. Trust this at all. You're just like, you have no idea how he died, though. You guys are really not sure from looking around.
Can I like attempt to modify this armor?
That's going to take hours. Do we really
Here
have time
now
for
with the
that?
flame in one
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, hours. You're holding a flame, getting yourself some light. Do you have like a sewing kit? I don't even know what equipment you
I mean,
have
I
to-
can
to
see
do
in the
this.
dark, but
Just-
okay,
just put a
that's
pin in
fine.
it.
All right.
Like, I'm trying to run and read a book. I want you to, like, the next time you do that, I want you to, like, run into your living room, grab the first book you see, run back into the room, and then start reading it. We'll put a 6-second timer on, and however far you get into that, that's how much you can read the next time you're trying to
Hey,
read
man,
combat.
this is not real life. It's all about the dice. All right.
Fucking Magic Light. We still got to go by 6 seconds, though. But yeah.
Yeah, I get.
So,
it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you don't really have the time to do that kind of thing. But
Okay.
you did see it, and like I said, you saw like, I could probably fit a small person. Like maybe we can do something with this later. So you gathered it up.
Is it just regular light armor then? Is I guess
Leather.
mean,
yeah.
what I want. Okay.
Well, so my phone just unmuted itself.
Nice.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well,
That's cool. By the way, I'm watching the stream on my phone. That really just derailed me.
All right.
We picked up the armor. Really don't see anything, but there's no like obvious things. Like he wasn't burnt to death. You know, he's not charred. There's no holes in any of the armor or the clothing. The boots are missing. Not a lot of it adds up, but you can tell that this stuff has been here for a while and ransacked for a while, especially with all of you investigating and maybe helping each other a bit. Desk covered in dirty, discarded things. It was a campsite. It's no longer.
As they're like talking about this, I look down and I go, "Oh, hey, is that guy dead?"
Yeah.
I think
All right,
so.
and then we come back
Not
over to
quite
Sparkle
sure.
Jam. So we come back over to Godwald and Sparkle Jam, who now this bit about
I would like to
this
resummon Gabe.
giant monster with this really low perception score, so
I'm going
low that
to-
I put it to sleep.
I'm going to start heading back towards the ledge and like getting ready to mount down, like start riding the rope down and keeping my pipes like strapped into my back, ready to pull out at any second.
All right, and you like let Godwald know. Oh, Godwald, we haven't done use of this round either. Godwald, you've just heard, hey, there's something really big down there, and you snuffed out
Right.
your torch.
I would
and then
like
you
to
see all your
resummon.
friends looting a dead body.
I would like to resummon Gabe, sit down, warg into Gabe, and roll stealth for Gabe.
Did you
Okay.
just say warg?
Yes,
It
he
was
did.
their idea.
That's fair. We said it like 2 sessions ago.
Yep.
Well, I did just finish Game of Thrones in like a week and a half, so
Yeah.
Way to throw
s-
that!
I'm sorry.
You just threw us under the
So,
bus. No
Please bring back
hesitation.
Gabe.
All right. Oh yeah. Let's gonna move him on, I guess. Gabe is back.
Appears in open square next to me.
Spectral floating mage hand. Corpse. All right, make sure there's nothing else in this corpse. Yeah. That's 20 feet. That pit is 20 feet down. It is not the kind of thing you could climb along. It is a sunken rock, but easy strength check to climb down the rope. If you guys want to try and climb down, or if you can jump 20 feet without taking damage, you can just jump down there.
I was going to use the rope more as like support and then use it as like an aerial silk, just winding my way down it, doing flips off of the wall.
Trying not to wake up the giant monster that's down there.
Just gonna Mario 64 it all up in here, huh?
Oh yeah, all
So-
day.
So
All
is
right,
that
so
is
Gabe
that
self?
gymnastic acrobatics or climbing athletics or
it's going to be an athletics check. Yeah. To go
Alright.
down the rope with just support your weight and all of your gear and your back. Strength check.
13.
You are climbing down the rope. You
Yep.
have successfully climbed down the rope. Your stealth was high enough. We were still on Godwald. Summoned Gabe. Sat down.
you
You could
also-
move him.
You also still all have pass without trace.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
going off those stealth rolls.
Okay.
let's see, Gabe speed of 60, so 4 squares over to there, and then I'd like to go down into the pit. with Gabe.
Down 20.
To the pit.
Flying. He flies.
And remind me, what is this over here?
It's a tunnel.
Yeah, that is a cave tunnel. If Gabe is looking down that tunnel. What is he? 160.
120.
Man, I'm gonna have to like find the
Oh, I put it in my character sheet.
I would say what you could
keyboard
also do-
shortcut for.
I would say what you could do is put it on the token in like the green area.
You want me to make a 120-foot circle that
No.
Jared has to look at?
No, I don't. I really don't. One light source circle was enough for me. I was pretty happy with that with the Produce Flame. I can at least like tell you guys like roughly where you are. Even like whoever is holding it too. That way you could also say like, hey, so and so, you would be outside of it, so there would be a second person on. But man, when there was two with double circles inside of them, it was just immediately like, what if I throw down a spell square? Like it would have been way too much.
All right.
You're able to see rock and tunnel.
All right. That's as far as I want to move, so I'll pass.
Okay. So we're just kind of like going on turns. We're here doing a thing. Sparkle Gem has quietly climbed down. What's happening with the boys over here? Pubear, Taliesin, and Jerk.
I'm gonna start heading that way.
I'm gonna follow, mainly because yeah, no danger either. So I'll put a hand on Jerk's shoulder and kind of follow him over the other way.
Jerk walks outside of the light distance. It's just a little bit. No, he doesn't. It's right there. You're able to start walking that way. You head that way. You can see Godwall's in his wizard's trance.
Nobody's told me
His
about this big
cleric's trance.
lizard
You haven't
yet,
heard anything.
so
Yeah.
I'm not being particular. Well, actually, I guess I am because I rolled a gigantic stealth. But
Yeah,
I'm-
you guys are all operating on your stealth roll unless somebody shouts something like, "Hey, hey!"
Yes.
If I hear a Pubear, "Fight me, fiend!" You know, that would be like
So at this
troublesome,
point-
right?
At this
One
point,
v
Jerk
one
is,
One
super-
being
Yeah, I'm
ignoble.
super
Nope.
thirsty. I gotta get something to drink. I'll be right back.
did you
so yes,
say
Jerk
so
cannot
thirsty.
see.
Talk
Jerk
about what
cannot
you're gonna
see
do here.
Gabe,
Actually,
Jerk
that's
cannot
perfect.
see Sparkle. Jerk comes upon me doing my thing on the ground. What would you do? Like, you've seen me do this before.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Oh no, you're fine. Wait. Oh yes, you. Yes.
Sorry.
Which gruff voice is it I'm talking to?
This is Pubear.
Oh, you're doing fine.
Okay. I'm just realized Casey went to bed and I was gonna go get some laundry, but I don't want to wake her up.
Then don't do your laundry, you filthy boy.
I don't think I will. That's right. At
Alright.
work, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, look at me."
I'm
All right, so
stinky.
have it.
All right, so we're looking at loot boys. Jerk and Pubear started walking over that way. Taliesin, were you going that way?
Me? Yeah, I was going to. The Sparkle Gem went down into the cavern, right?
Oh yeah, she is hanging out right next to this
Oh, yeah.
sleepy creature.
With my pipes like stashed within hand's reach, so I could just pull them out and play them to get the fuck away if I need to.
Pipes in hand, she successfully climbed down the rope. Remember, it's dark vision. There's no light source in here, so you'll be able to you make out like shades of gray, and about 60 feet near you.
Mm-hmm.
I quietly ask, what happened to the lights?
I do not hear him.
Yeah, he can't. He is wizard spelled into his warg ability. I mean,
All right, you guys. Someone tell me about the
I'm
lizard
Gabe?
so I know about it.
Gabe could roll a perception and see if he heard you.
Okay.
It's fair. You're not that far from him. You're whispering. He has keen senses, right?
There's the roll.
It's 10 plus what?
My +6 perception.
Oh, it does it correctly. Oh my god, dude! I was looking at it.
I
like, 10
have been
plus 40%.
practicing the syntax for
So
weeks.
good, so good.
I have had to
so
practice.
good.
I have learned the syntax through trial and error, and this is the result.
That is inspiration. That is beautiful. You refresh that sheet. That is you deserve every bit of a free roll that comes with that. That's so good. 16. You catch the
It's like, so
whisper. and you're
Gabe
like, what
hasn't
happened to
gotten
the
it wrong.
lights? You can't say anything, but you know that he said it.
I can say things. I
Aren't-
just can't hear
are all
myself
of
very
your
well.
senses?
It just says I am deaf and blind to my own hearing and sound.
All right, yeah,
So
yeah, it's working out.
so I can. So if I hear somebody in about where I was, I can whisper like, "There's something weird down there."
Yeah, kind of whisper something weird down there.
So I turn around to Pooh Bear and I say, "There's something weird down there."
I'll turn around and whisper to realize that there's nobody there. And like, oh,
Actually,
okay.
Talison's behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, he's holding the light. He's the only
Yeah,
reason
he's
you
just
can
really
see
Oh.
him.
stealthy. He's just really
I can't-
stealthy.
I can't see him under the 28.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Not
Yeah,
until
That's
just now.
better.
yeah.
I hear Bear.
Well, shit.
No,
Well,
it
were we
looks like
missing
he
you?
just
Were we missing you, buddy?
completely froze because he's like
My
Oh,
Bear
yeah,
also
he-
froze.
staring blankly into the computer, just like
No.
Do you read?
Oh no,
So,
Bear's frozen.
Yeah, he's gone. He's just spinning
there
circles now.
died.
Did he literally like
I saw
ask,
that hard
"Can you
as
guys
an
hear
eye
me?" and then
roll.
disappear?
Well, I still
No.
see him. He's just frozen.
Oh, oh.
Oh, he's
He
moving.
moves
Okay.
like every 30 seconds. We get like a 2-second movement and freeze. You may want to restart your call.
Or something. Well, shit.
Well, shit.
I like this.
I
What is
like.
this?
I
What's
like-
this dancing wolf and guy? Man, I really missed out on a whole thing here, didn't I?
What?
I missed out on like so many video game oriented things by going to college. Like I just couldn't afford them, nor did I have the time to play. a
What do you
video
mean?
game ever.
Oh, you mean this wolf thing?
Yeah. The
Oh,
dancing.
I could explain that in lieu of Bear.
Yeah.
That's those two guys are from Dark Souls 1 DLC.
Is this them dancing around?
That you have to. So you go to this grave, and that wolf gets mad at you for walking up to its master's grave, and it fights with that sword in its mouth. So the gimmick is if you fight underneath the wolf, it can't use the sword on you.
I think I just saw Taliesin move to the edge of the map. Is that right? Is he moving his character?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Where'd he go?
well, he
I see
dropped
him on the
camera.
ledge.
Yeah.
He dropped camera. And he said, "Hold on."
I see
Oh,
see
yeah, he
Taliesin marker on
moved.
the ledge, so he just
He's on the ledge.
Yeah, but he just moved it, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean for us.
I think he's probably moving his character to the edge to kind of
Oh,
like
what
see if he could see the big lizard.
okay. So
Yeah.
But he did say he has
Taliesin,
to
just
restart
went
his
gray
computer.
in Discord, and then went to mobile. So
Well,
he
he
says, "Hang
just
on,
said-
restarting."
Yeah, I'll say he just said he was restarting.
and that was texted. So
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, if that was where he moved, he would actually not be casting light on it for Bear to see.
Aw.
Gabe has been able to see it with its dark vision.
yeah,
I know that this.
but I haven't tried to
beast-
really
this
look
beast
at
is
it.
there.
I just
Oh,
have
man.
Sparkle Gem's description, which
Wasn't very specific.
It was, hey, there's this weird lizard.
Oh no, you
and
said
so that's
weird
basically
thing.
what I told them.
Let me see if this worked. There. I'll take it away. Everything. This guy. Big.
That
big
is a Stegosaurus.
Right?
Big sleepy boy. Big sleepy boy.
Steggy.
I
Is there a dinosaur in this dungeon?
I
Is there
think.
a dinosaur in this dungeon?
I think there is.
I-
Dinosaurs? There are fucking
I'm-
dinosaurs in this
Okay.
dungeon?
I have rolled for it, and I'm sticking with weird thing.
Yeah, no, really bizarre, I mean, like Dragonkin,
It's got
probably.
like those arrowheads.
It matches a lot of stories that you've heard about dragons, despite the fact that you worship a dragon god, Bahamut. You're like,
Yeah.
that could totally be like a little dragon baby.
I mean, anything could be a dragon.
I mean, who says it's not a dragon baby?
Dragon
It's like-
baby.
I could be a dragon.
You could be a dragon baby.
Okay, it sounds
Our
weird
dr-
coming from you.
Are Dragonborn created or born in D&D?
They're born.
So
They're born.
they're
They're dragon born. Never mind.
Fus.
But the question is, was the mother the dragon or the father?
It works both ways. There are some dragons that turn into humans but still have dragon genes.
In this Faerun Classic, Dragonborn are a race created by God. So Dragonborn
you-
are born. Hey! But they were created race. They didn't exist. And then they existed. And now they exist.
And then they were dragons.
Like kobolds.
Or goblins.
Yeah, and goblins. We know who created the goblins now. He's
It
an
was-
ass.
It's
That's going to be the first thing you say if you ever encounter the evil deity.
Hang on.
Wait,
No, it says right here,
Heard him.
Dragonborn
heard
originally
him.
hatched from dragon eggs. So they were like an evolution thing almost.
I just typed it to him that we can hear, Bear, we can hear you occasionally.
It's not enough.
I
can-
know, but I don't know if he's just like trying it at the same moment that we're talking, and then it's not like quite getting through, and then he's like, "Oh fuck it, let me try something else."
Like, if I was having this problem, I'd just do what I usually do, which is plug earbuds into my phone and try to run it through my phone.
That's an easy way to do it.
The quality drops, but it is quite reliable.
Does work.
I've had to do that before.
I also do that when the laundry needs to be done.
You mean I need to just stare at the camera all the time so I can like pay attention? Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm not sure what to do right at this moment. It is asleep. So we are kind of going through turns as they stand. If we had Taliesin move maybe to this part, we could say that he cast enough light that Hubert could also peek the edge and see it.
but would that light also hit it?
Potentially. But I mean,
But is
he,
it
did-
really
he
going
moved it
to
here.
Oh.
He moved it here. Like I said, it's 10 feet out, dim, or 10 feet out, bright light, 20 feet out, dim. It says he's getting his laptop.
So, Jerk,
Yes.
you've heard me whisper there's something weird down there. Would
Yes.
you, with your actual dark vision, like to go towards the edge, being as sneaky as you are?
Yes.
As you quietly approach the edge, you see a behemoth on the scale of the
Compare it to the ogre in the cave.
on the scale of the ogre in the cave or the Minotaur
Bone man.
skeleton. Yep.
A big
No,
bone.
not all the bone men. There's a lot of bone men, but
Sorry,
the big
the-
bone man that you've seen, yes, on the,
The big,
scale of the
horned
Minotaur
one.
skeleton. Yep, Minotaur skeleton and the ogre, a creature of similar size, is taking a nap down at the bottom of this this 20-foot drop off cave. There's no real way down. I mean, you could jump and risk yourself there, but there is the rope that goes down where Sparkle Gems climbed down.
I would like
Did
to
you see it? And it's freaking huge.
Does any part of it look like it would be vulnerable? Like, can I? What would I roll to kind of like assess
Like,
it?
is it lying on its side? Is it sitting straight up and down? Is it curled up?
Are there any parts of it that aren't covered in like a what looks like a thick hide?
Does anyone here have a pet lizard and know how they sleep?
Pet lizards
I'm imagining
sleep
it like a cat.
laying on their stomach typically.
I kind
So
of
is it
just
like
want
straight
to.
up and down.
I want to size
other
it up.
Large,
Like-
large animals
a-
like horses, elephants, they kind of fold their legs and then sit
Yep.
down on their bellies.
Which means that
That's
the head
kind
would be
of how
visible.
lizards sleep.
So
I,
when
And
I'm going to
lizards,
imagine it like a
standardly have a
nature
very
check.
soft underbelly.
A nature check to see if you know what it is, and a very high one to see if maybe you not only know something about it, but maybe a weakness.
No, we can't hear you. Are you muted?
Nope.
No.
no change.
I see your mouse moving, but I don't hear or see anything. Maybe your mic settings are not correct for the laptop. And
You're also very tall now.
the massive great bear spirit.
The great bear. Yeah, so I got a 5 on that nature check.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a dragon baby.
Okay.
You're like, that's got to be what a dragon baby looks like. That's exactly what a dragon baby. Spikes going down
I
its
can hear
back.
your dog
It's just
squeaking.
missing
so you're
wings.
good.
It's gonna grow wings probably.
Okay, so I tell, I whisper to Pubert, I say, "It's a dragon baby. Be
What?
very quiet. A dragon baby.
I didn't know dragons had babies.
It's big and scary."
With your earlier perception roll, you'd be able to tell that its skin looks like it's made out of like thick scales.
It
It
looks
has
like it
giant-
would make fantastic armor.
Hmm. Do you think we could kill it?
I
Dude,
don't
yes.
know.
Yes.
Hey,
Mike-
he's back.
Mic check on Taliesin.
Yeah, no, he's back.
I'm
I
here.
heard. Yeah, I
Nice.
heard Tom squeaking a second ago, and that's how I knew he was back.
Thumb.
Yeah, so sleeping, probably dragon baby. That's what most everybody knows. Sleeping, probably dragon baby.
Well, Taliesin, do you know nature? Maybe you can inform us about this.
Uh,
I think you know nature.
There's an inkling that he might know a thing or two.
no, it's an 11.
Oh wow, I know more about nature than you do.
Nature's
What?
based off of intelligence, and I'm high wisdom.
Yeah, see, that's where we differ. I'm high int, you're high whiz.
Okay, so he thinks it's a dragon baby too.
Well, no, with an 11, he'd recognize it's not a dragon. It's missing characteristics like wings. It's probably not a dragon baby.
If it's not a dragon baby, we might be able to kill it.
Let's see here. Give me a
I would say-
second.
Could probably kill a dragon baby. Did you guys see that my character walked up to the edge of the ledge over by where
Yeah.
Owlboy is?
You're kind of
Yeah,
camouflaged, but yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
light's like just not casting on it, so Hubert is unable to see it still.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to wake it up, so.
Oh, Sparkle Gem now figuring out the syntax. Proud of you.
Well,
It's gonna
So-
gonna impress me all around, huh? But I mean, advantage, like rolling the advantage roll plus the modifier. I'm really impressed, Oz. I'm really impressed, man.
I'd like to move Gabe again.
Who do we do? Let's just try and keep that in mind. Unless you guys just want to roll initiative and just go down in order like that while you're doing it. You are not in combat though. It is asleep. It has not noticed you.
We can't really use the marching order anymore.
yeah, I say
the
my
marching
plan is
order's
to
kinda out.
dart down this tunnel in a second.
But we can just
Another.
remember that the marching order was Pubert, then Jerk, then Godwald, Gabe, Talis, and Sparkle Gem. So, who just talked?
It wasn't me.
It was all the
Yeah.
people thinking baby dragon, and then Taliesin said no, not baby dragon.
I'm okay with that.
Right. Yep. So then, Sparkle Gem, you're down next to Baby Dragon? Question mark.
So you've climbed
Yeah,
down
clearly.
20 feet of rope. There's a tunnel. Can you see
Yeah,
the tunnel?
it snorts
Yeah,
at you.
Can I get?
And as it starting and turning your direction. Just its head, just massive head, just sort of leans over and almost brushes against you as it just turns to the other side of its body.
Okay, that's fine. Nice sleepy baby dragon. Can I get 60 feet of sight down this tunnel quick before I determine my action?
Yeah. Put it straight west, or yeah, straight east from you. For me.
Okay, give me 1 second to expand my window then so I could do that for you. There you go.
There you go. You're able to see tunnel down into the cave. It's more carved out rock. Actually, what you guys have seen both to the north and to the south. It seems like this has been mined away. Although that makes sense, right?
Yes,
Stone
it does.
removal with mining
And
tools.
then
Yeah, but the original cave was not mined. It was just there.
let's see here quickly.
You mentioned
Can I
something
get
to that
to
effect.
this point now since I've moved?
The mine had been around for a while, yeah. All right, so you moved in a little bit past Sleeping Stegosaurus,
Yep.
and that was 25-ish feet. That's your. That's
That
you're
was
just gonna
25
stick
exactly.
65 in. All right.
Yep.
All your gnomish movement has revealed another room. It's almost like a
Oh.
cave in there. Stone floors. You do start to notice though, as the tunnel goes out that way, that the ground in the cave does go to become smooth. So it's been hewn with tools to be smoothed out. So as you're reaching into or seeing into this room, the ground becomes a lot smoother. The walls seem a little bit carved out. And let me check actually. Yeah, the tunnel you're looking in, and in general, in the cave, all the tunnels have about a 10-foot hall. That was not really an entryway, but more of a 6-foot by 6-foot hole that you just kind of walked through,
Okay.
entering the space that you're looking down. But I think you could see one doorway slightly to the north.
Right.
That's there, and yeah, you maybe see what looks like a few skeletons actually on the floor in that room. It's hard to make out much else, just the sort of shapes, the grayish shapes of bones, rib cages, other items in there. You can't really tell much else.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I'm right now debating if I'm debating on if I want to put my hat of disguise on and make myself look like a goblin before going any further. But I also don't know if goblins are the creature that inhabit.
Dress yourself as disguise. Oh, I suppose disguise self. You can change your race,
could-
appearance.
You could change your
Clothing.
race, appearance, make yourself up to a foot taller or shorter, and make yourself look fatter or thinner.
You could look like a
Mhm.
stalagmite.
No, I'm pretty sure it has to be humanoid.
I kind of imagine that since you're a gnome, this is just like a really tall, like pointy hat, and then you just kind of pull it down over yourself, and you like become
All
another
it,
person.
like if it didn't change shape my image, just a giant hat with little feet scurrying underneath it.
Yeah, like a big red gnome hat.
Like a stalagmite.
Like David the Gnome.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, go
So
to
you
someone
so you
else.
could have in here. So then we would kind of like go back up around
Yep.
to the top of the order. If you bear, you're looking over the ledge into an area to the northwest. Seems like you could see something that drops off down about 20 feet, and over to the east is just dark, scary pit that a snorting sound is coming from.
So Gabe's down about 20 feet from Taliesin. Is he in Talison's light?
kind of rumbles out of.
20 out, 20
I,
down would be 40. I would assume.
Yeah.
Could I have seen that
He's hovering.
Sparkle
20
Gem
foot
was?
sphere. So yeah, he falls in.
That sparkle gem just darted down the tunnel.
Yeah, like she crawled down there and Sparkle ran down the tunnel.
No, you wouldn't have
So-
been able to see that. There's
So
no
Jerk-
lights
Jerk
on.
may have been able to with his dark vision.
So Jerk says it's a dragon baby. Taliesin says it isn't, and you still haven't seen a bit of it.
I haven't like.
Yeah.
So is it
You
a
have-
dragon baby or not, guys? We got to make up our minds here.
So you have your ways to glow, or you can leave this to the stealthy peoples.
I'm gonna leave this to the stealthy peoples because I'm in the dark here, literally. So I'll be like, you know what? You tell me where to swing my sword, and I will swing my sword.
Would you like to prepare the heavy crossbow?
Wait.
I do have some spears I could throw.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, that was Jerk. That's the heavy crossbow, I think.
I love my heavy crossbow.
So
It's you hear this noise. Get louder, and everybody roll me initiative.
Oh no.
We could have totally been way past this thing by now had we not spent 30 minutes investigating a dead body.
Which may or may not be.
So
3.
that's a 9 for me.
Wow, we did bad.
That's a 10.
All right, give me a second. I gotta grab all your old.
Mine was a 4.
Wait, didn't our initiatives change? Or no?
What are you
Only
talk-
if
wait,
you upped your dex at level 4.
Okay, so no.
Yeah, you'd have to increase your dexterity score for that. You're correct. You are correct, sir.
like I did.
All right. Now give me your rolls because now I care. Sparkle Gem.
10 total?
10. No, die rolls.
9.
9 die roll. Jerk.
5.
Taliesin.
2.
Oh. Godwald.
1.
Wow. You bear?
4.
Nice. Well, at least you're all gonna go in the same round. that's fine, right? Oh yeah. And then I'll just sort this sheet by the biggest number.
Which is probably baby dragon thing.
There are 7 of you in the room, and baby dragon question mark gets to go first. It wakes up, sees you, a light source coming from up the top of the hill, stands up, so just use half its movement to stand up from the sleeping position, lets out a roaring sound, like a horn honking almost,
A
like,
bellow.
at you as it bellows, and it it does echo throughout the cave. Though still the sound of crashing waves fills the cave. Sparkle Gem, you have noticed that got a little bit louder before you heard this thing scream above you. It stands, it sees that light, and it starts moving towards it and attempting to climb this ledge towards it. And it will do that at disadvantage.
Does it care about the bird?
Well, I was looking at the light source. As this huge, ancient-looking baby dragon
Honking.
creature, like, leans up, starts like honking and bellowing throughout the cave. It attempts to like get itself up onto its hind legs, and it can't climb up. But the size of the beast, its head peeks over the ledge as it's on its hind legs, with its forelegs up on the wall, and it looks over at all of you and sees all of you and just like makes this terrible noise at you sound. It's just- the
Taliesin
smartest
is
guy.
holding a little.
It's
What
thing.
in
that
various
angry.
God's name is that?
It's like Taliesin is holding a small flame. I am holding a snuffed torch and sitting on the ground and being as small as possible. This is very loud in the ears of an owl.
It is very loud. It is very, very loud. All of you hear it, and probably
Hear
other
what?
things. But it is trumpeting at you. Taliesin, as it attempts to climb this wall, Sparkle Gem, it's your turn.
It
Okay, give me
walked
1
towards
second
the-
to see the range of the spell.
It walked towards the produced flame, and I don't know. Taliesin, do you speak whatever the heck this is?
Gabe might have seen its spiked tail swinging around
know.
behind it as it was trumpeting up at you.
Does this thing count as an animal that Taliesin can understand?
Okay, yeah.
Beast. Sylvan is beasts, right?
Well,
Yeah.
the Sylvan and the Understanding Beast are technically two different features.
All right, so I'll go ahead and move 15 feet forward and then cast
No,
Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
I mean, he would understand though, just from being a druid and his knowledge of nature and I don't know, items, that it seems to be attempting to scare you off. But yeah, Sparkle Gem, sorry. Sorry, honey. Sorry.
I said I would go ahead and move 15 feet forward, so I would be in range to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it. So it has to do beat a DC Wiz of 13.
All right.
No, it's just going to be even louder.
Right.
Does that work on like an animal?
It doesn't even have to understand you, right?
All
Alright.
it has to
Read
do
it.
is have an intelligence of above 4.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
A creature
No,
with
it
an
doesn't.
intelligence
What?
score of 4 or less is totally unaffected.
It does not have an intelligence score of 4.
Oh, so it wouldn't even work on it.
So it is unaffected by your Tasha's hideous laughing. Your maniacal, wily spells fall on deaf, dumb ears. But the dumb not in the way that they can't speak, but in the fact that it's
So near me, is there like anything I could duck behind and hide as my bonus action?
Not really. You are at the bottom of a pit with a giant spiky lizard. You could try and climb up the rope from
Nope.
where you're at, or go farther down into the tunnel, or kind of stay where you're at in the hall that separates these two rooms. Just
Well, I
barely
got
large
10
enough,
more
just
feet.
barely large
of
enough to fit this creature through there.
movement.
Actually, that one doesn't.
So I got 10 more feet of movement. So yeah, I'll duck right back into this entryway. So that way Big Scary can't get at me.
The boy is awake. All right. You guys, I don't know if anyone was able to see Sparkle Gem down at the bottom there. She attempts to conjure some magic, and it seems to fall with no effect on the creature. Jerk. From your position, you have just seen Baby Dragon almost walk its way up the wall, and then stare and start honking at you
Okay.
like the biggest, scariest goose that ever lived. Honk, honk, honk.
I look at it and
Fucking geese.
I yell, "You wish you were a baby dragon!" And now it's got to roll a wisdom saving throw.
This is
You're-
for
You're mocking it, aren't
Vicious mockery, yeah. Well, I didn't
Alright.
prepare my crossbow.
you? Oh, we didn't get to you before. After I mentioned it, we didn't get to your turn before we entered combat.
Yep.
now this creature. This does not have to understand you at all.
Not at all. And
String of subtle insults, enchantment of a creature you could see within range. It's within range, it's within 60 feet. If it can hear you, though it not need to understand you, succeed on a wisdom saving throw beating. You said it's 12 on your score there?
yeah, it's got a wisdom
Meter beat.
save is 12.
Oh, 18.
What?
Yeah, that's a die roll, baby. It goes from 1 to 20. Yeah, I was pretty lucky. Yeah, so it succeeds and does not take 1d4 psychic damage
Okay,
Would you
well,
like? You can.
or
would
have
you like to-
disadvantage on a psychic roll.
it'll also get it if this works next time. It'll also have disadvantage on the next attack roll. I think I can only use it once per long rest, though. Hold on, let me double check.
Because it's your like variant tiefling thing, right?
No,
Uh,
it just says you know the vicious mockery cantrip.
Yep, this is a
Yeah,
cantrip. So
Cantrip.
I can
it's
use
a cantrip.
this.
You can do it as many times as you want.
Can I use it as a bonus action too?
Nope. It is casting time. 1 action.
Damn. All right. Well, then I'm gonna take some steps back away from this thing and ready my crossbow for the next round. Let me see how fucking far I can. I'm gonna go 15 feet. So I'm gonna go right here, and I'm going to tell Pew Bear.
Gordon.
I'm gonna be like, the baby dragon's awake.
Oh shit! Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Baby
also
dragon's awake. It's
I-
awake. You don't need to whisper anymore. Stealth is no longer effect.
I also I think someone should I yell to Taliesin or whoever's got the torch. Throw the torch near it.
The
Because
torch has been out for 2 rounds.
Oh, someone throw a
Allison's
torch by
holding a
it.
flame.
Pew Bear can't see.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he
right
can't.
now,
And he can't hold the flame and do something else either. So he's gonna have to drop it, and then Pew Bear's gonna be in the dark.
All right, I'm also going to ready my crossbow, and that is my turn.
All right. Crossbow ready. Taliesin, it is your turn. You are holding in your hand the cantrip produce flame. If you are stopping that action and using any other action, you're gonna have to let that light go out.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, it's
quick
an action.
question. Can
This
you
is action to
produce
cast the
flame
cantrip. Technically, it's
on-
off. Technically, at the end at this turn,
Well-
it's either off and he does it again, or it's off.
Well, actually, produce flame works different. Since he's only used it for attacks before, it actually works differently than that.
Well,
If you don't use it to attack, you can. It's a non-concentration spell for 10 minutes.
Duration 10 minutes, action, but it's still an action.
It's an action to cast it, but not to keep it going. It says it continues until you dismiss it, or it goes away.
Oh, okay. So he has to use his action to dismiss it or hold it in his hand.
So
yeah,
he-
so I guess I could technically attack with one hand.
Yeah. So the first thing I said was right. If he's gonna do anything else, he has to attack with it.
with that
It
hand,
also states that it only produces a 10-foot flame and not a 20-foot.
If
Does
you
it
are
say-
holding, if
does
you're
it say
holding
10
this
of bright,
flame,
10 of dim?
if you're holding this
does.
flame in that hand, what are you holding in the other hand?
Oh yeah.
Right
10.
now, nothing.
Okay. It's like
I mean-
stabs strapped to your back.
Yeah, that's. I think I said that last time. Is I have them like strapped to my back.
Sounds
If you want me to have to put it away, I was basically. Let's see here.
You could dismiss it as an action. Or cast again.
Mhm.
Using your hand. So you could suppose the way I'm reading this, you could pull something else out with the other hand. You're not gonna be able to hold 2 hands with anything. And you can't cast
Yeah,
any
no.
other spells. So you can't cast another spell while you're casting this cantrip. You can't hold this flame up and then cast another spell. You cannot cast 2 spells at once. That is not a thing. Back me up, Oz.
It is a thing if you have very, very specific feet.
I mean, I have Warcaster, but that's
That's a different feat.
I would file this under spiritual weapon, in that if you say he can't do full somatic components without 2 hands, then he needs both hands. But that the spell itself doesn't stop
Warcaster
him
makes
from doing
it so he
things.
doesn't have to.
But he's casting the cantrip to hold it on. If he's
No.
not casting, it just how can it just? I guess
just
I guess it
a little-
could. I guess it could. That just doesn't make any sense to me, but it
It's
does.
like I'm filing it under
Yeah.
like spiritual weapon.
Like a
I
That it's just
guess.
a little flame.
it's like a little will-o-wisp that follows them around.
Oh, it's-
Since it
No,
doesn't,
because it
Yeah, no,
produces
it's
it
kind of a
into
tiny
your
little too.
hand. Like your hand is on fire. That's how produced
in
flame
his hand.
works.
He's holding it in his hand.
Yeah.
So I guess the only restriction is that that hand is being used. If he wants to dismiss it, that's costs an action. So you can't use an action and then be like, oh, later I get attacked and I dismiss it while I'm falling or something. Like that's just stuck until your next turn. It's kind of
Right.
awesome.
Basically, what I wanted to do is like, say, if I'm holding it in my left hand, I want to like go like ha back at it and be like follow the fire and then like primal savagery and slash it across the face. But can I do that?
I mean, yeah, I can. I was just really surprised by this attack cantrip having this non-attack application, and so it kind of
Yeah.
threw me off.
a lot
like,
of
pretty
spells
hard.
in this edition are really good for what they do out of combat at low levels, but are still a low level thing because they don't affect combat very much at all. Like I can do all this
Yeah.
crazy stuff with Gabe, but he can never attack, and he can almost never really affect
Right.
combat. So it's still still counts as stuff I get for a first level spell from a feat.
Yeah, but there's always a disadvantage that comes with it, right? Like when you're Gabe, you're stuck. You can't
Yeah.
see or
So
hear
it's-
through your own
it's
eyes. Someone's gonna
balanced
walk
in a
up and
way.
hit you, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the disadvantage here is that essentially the hand you're holding it in is taken up with the flame, and to dismiss it costs an action, which in combat's kind of expensive. Other
So
than
the-
that, yeah,
Sure.
you're free to do other
the
stuff. You're
DM
free to cast
so
But
does
he
it-
could
spells,
also
use the other hand
chuck
or whatever.
it as an attack at any given time.
Yeah, but then the light's gone. I guess I don't know how much that
Yeah.
matters.
I'm basically trying to keep the light on so that
so that
Oh,
Right.
can take part.
two out of the five can't see at all. I mean, at this
Okay.
point, since I have a light on, you guys can at least see the monster.
I think
'Cause
I'm
it's in
going
my
to take
light.
I'm going to make a candle helmet.
Yeah, because even with concentration spells, you can cast another spell with the concentration spell on. So yeah,
Yeah.
this makes sense. I'm just so surprised. But yeah, so there's your
Yeah, so
disadvantages. The
the
one of your
DM
hands
roll-
is taken up. No
Yep.
two-handed weapons. No.
So
That's
if he's attacking with the one hand using his druid thing, does it take both
Mhm.
hands of somatic or just the hand he's using?
Because
you
he
mean?
has Warcaster, he could still do somatic components while an item is in his somatic hand.
All right, let's get this moving along. Yes, do
I agree with
the
that.
primal savagery attack, and we'll debate the semantics later.
I
I
accept
rolled.
Sparkle Dam's point of view.
Oh, you did.
It was a 12. Yeah.
His AC is not incredibly high, but you don't quite make it.
Well, at least I taunted him.
You kind of follow the flame, honk back at him, and claw him in the face, and doesn't pierce the thick scales of his skin, which you see now covers the majority of its body. The
Yeah.
big scary thing doesn't have any teeth really in its mouth that it's bearing at you, so that's kind of cool. Just a big beak. In my version.
It's a beak boy. Or
Beak
girl.
boy,
I don't
beak
want to
boy.
gender this
Get
thing.
that
I don't know
funky
what it
beak
is.
boy. Get that
All right.
funky, get that funky.
Yeah, you guys aren't even sure if it's not a dragon.
you like
Well,
to
no,
step-
you are. You're like, I don't think that's a dragon.
Would you like to make a movement along the cave, along the
Um,
ledge, or back from the ledge, or anything?
I am okay.
Honk,
I'll say-
honk.
I'm trying to distract it so you guys can attack while it's focused on me.
Stay
So
there.
it's your plan that we hit it till it dies.
Or it runs away.
Bear, it's your turn now. For the first time, you've seen the creature that everyone's been talking about, whether it's a baby dragon or not a baby dragon. You're not sure.
Okay,
But it
so
Just
externally,
peeked its giant head up over this.
Pew Bear is going to take a very brave, strong face as he charges forward and makes a stab motion at the face of this thing that just popped its head up. Internally, he's crying like a baby because I don't think he's ever seen this, and he's trying very hard not to rust his armor. So I'll take a.
Jared has said that this thing matches the descriptions of our childhood stories about dragons pretty well.
Hence the P. Okay, that didn't do too well. That is an 11.
11 does not hit.
Just-
With
just
you,
smash
the
it in
same
face.
as have you seen that same slash go across its face and not pierce your first stab? Not quite brave enough to actually get through the thick, scaly, armored skin of this creature. And
My my big thing is making sure I can protect Taliesin.
all right,
So, yeah.
all right. If there's nothing else on that turn, also sorry to take so long to read that rule. I didn't mean to step out for so long. But then it's Godwald's turn then.
So real quick, not to interrupt, but it's already like 10 after.
Oh,
And,
do you guys want to end with Godwald's turn and then pick up with the baby dragon?
Yeah, that sounds
Not
like a plan.
baby dragon. Not baby dragon.
Oh, that should have been on all caps.
Sleepy boy. The boat is awake. Godwald, you are
Hmm.
last we'd seen
coin
looking
flip.
through the eyes. Yeah.
I just saw what Bear put
Okay.
down. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Oh, the gaping dragon.
Yeah.
He's not that. He sucks.
I wonder-
Yeah, the unfinished open heart surgery dragon.
Yeah.
Someone
But
dropped
you-
a key in there. It's annoying.
When you first
That's funny.
like go down into the sewers, it's like, what's this little like alligator head thing? And then it's like, oh hi, I'm gonna climb up here now. Like, oh okay.
It does that. Yeah, and then it just decides to fall on you ribs first.
Oh, good. Good.
Yummy. All right, so we're calling it.
Godwald's turn. He's been honked at, and then he coin flipped.
Okay, the flip came up even, so I'm going to stop warging, use my action to dismiss Gabe, spend half my movement to stand up, and take a look at this thing with my own eyes.
Is big, is ugly.
It's
Did I drag a picture? Maybe you think it's beautiful. This is up to you. But I will re-drag this picture over here. And you can see its head pretty well.
That is totally a
See, kind of a-
stegosaurus.
Kind of see
Creepy.
it. Like I said,
well-
my version's got a little bit more of a beak.
Well, it's not an undead, at least.
Right?
Oh yeah, no, it's a living creature. It seems alive. It's looking at you with live eyes,
For now.
barking at you with its live vocal
lungs.
cords, lungs.
Oh my god. So it might not be a baby dragon, but what if it's a baby whatever it is?
I'd like to spend my
What?
remaining move, so
Wait.
There might be bigger things like this in the cave.
Oh, okay.
all right, it's
Oh.
scary enough. Please remove it.
All right, it's gone.
And that's my last 3 squares. And I'll pass, and I'm ready to use my new spells.
All right, well, we'll pick up next week with the not baby dragon's turn.
All right. Say
All
good
right,
night.
That'd be the. Good
I
night,
got-
internet.
Good night, internet.
Bye.